during this meeting that the Prime Minister will be holding. Well, let's go across to Akhilesh now for more. And Akhilesh, give us more details regarding this, high-level huddle that the Prime Minister will be holding shortly.
Well, Gargi, in his third tenure, Prime Minister Modi's emphasis has been on reforms. He has been saying on various occasions that the reform process has to be expedited, and he has been talking to the secretaries of different ministries from time to time. This is another exercise which is being done right now, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi is heading this meeting where all the secretaries of the different departments and ministries are present. What we've been told by the sources that the focus is on deregulation, that the unnecessary hurdles in the way of legal hurdles which are there for the common citizen should be abolished, and entire process should be smooth, so that the ease of living and ease of doing business should be there. This is what the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been saying. In fact, on 21st May, when the Council of Ministers meeting took place, in that meeting also the secretaries were present, and in that meeting a detailed presentation was made by the Cabinet Secretary about the performance of the various ministries, where the ministries were judged by their speedy disposal of the files, also about the pending litigations. So on those parameters, the ministries were judged, and top 5 ministries were named in that meeting. So it's very important exercise. And what we've been told by the sources that the way India has dealt with the Middle East crisis in the past few months, and that is also a highlight. And now how India has to move ahead in the medium term and also in the long term.
All right, so a key meeting there being held with secretaries as well as central ministries and departments to review governance performance. Aishwarya, tell us more about this particular meeting coming at a time as it does, when there are concerns over the monsoon, there are concerns over the economy as well.
Well, certainly in less than 2 months, it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi would be interacting with the secretaries of all the departments, ministries, and they'll likely be the presentation so as well with different departments can be giving. Remember, it was Prime Minister Narendra Modi earlier stated that Viksit Bharat 2047 is just not merely a slogan but a firm commitment to the government, and it is the evaluations that the ministry should do with rank lower in the performance, who is doing absolutely right, how the decision should be taken at a very fast pace is something that Prime Minister has assured. In fact, the decision making and efficient governance is something that Prime Minister has focused in the earlier meetings as well. And to take on a stock of the situation as far as the West Asia conflict is concerned, how India's economy is doing better, and how to simplify the governance and place a strong focus on structural reforms is something that would be on the focus. A review sort of meeting from the last meeting that Prime Minister chaired with the secretaries as well. Remember, tomorrow is a cabinet meeting as well, where Prime Minister will be chairing at around 11 a.m. So back-to-back meetings that Prime Minister clearly taking, and the focus remains on ease of living and ease of doing business for the medium term and the short term manufacturers.
All right, thanks so much, Aishwarya and Akhilesh, both for joining us with the Prime Minister to hold this key meeting on ease of doing business. Well, let's change focus now and get to the latest on the Pune murder case. Now, remember, both the accused, Sia and Chetan, were taken to the Lohagarh fort, and in fact, they were over there. The police did, recreate the crime in a sense. They looked at how Chetan Chaudhary walked, and they're going to compare that with CCTV. But even as this probe widens, after their questioning, Sia Goyal's parents have come out with their statements. In an interview, Sia's parents have claimed that they knew Chetan as Sia's friends, but that they were not in a relationship. That's not something they were aware about. Also, Sia's brother Sahil has broken his silence, and he says that Sia had told him that she only wanted to be with Chetan and that she was confused about her relationship with Chetan. He says that she did not really define it. She said it was a friendship. The police, as we said, took the accused Chetan Chaudhary to Lohagarh fort to recreate the crime scene. Earlier, Sia was taken to the same spot as well.
केतन अग्रवाल प्रकरण में कल आरोपी सिया गोयल के माता पिता को पुलिस ने स्टेटमेंट के लिए बुलाया था। मेरे ख्याल में 9-9.5 घंटे तहकीकात हुई है।
हाँ जी।
आपने पूरा कानून को सहयोग दिया?
हाँ जी, पूरा सहयोग दिया और आगे भी दूंगी।
जी
12 घंटे तक चली है।
जी अब इसमें मैं आपसे कुछ और चीज़ें इस विषय में पूछना चाहता हूँ। काफ़ी कुछ चीज़ें अलग अलग मीडिया की ओर से, लोगों की ओर से कुछ चीज़ें, काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें हमने न्यूज़ डॉट्स ने भी ब्रेक की है, लेकिन कुछ चीज़ें मैं आपसे भी इस पूरे स्टेटमेंट के बाद जानना चाह रहा हूँ कि आप कहते आइए कि भाई सिया और चेतन के रिश्ते का आपको आइडिया नहीं थे, लेकिन अब पब्लिक में उनके फ़ोटोज़ उनके दोस्ती के आ रहे हैं, तो क्या सिया चेतन दोस्त है ये आपको कभी पता नहीं था? मैं फैक्ट चेक चाह रहा हूँ, व्यूअर्स हमारा पर्पस है फैक्ट चेक पब्लिक के पास पहुँचे। क्या ये दोनों दोस्त थे, क्या आपको जानकारी थी?
दोस्त थे, वो भी जब मार्केट की मैच थी उस टाइम तक जो दोस्त थे। बाद में जब बच्ची की सगाई होने के बाद मुझे नहीं लगा कि सिया कभी दोस्त बनी है या उसने कुछ उनका दोनों का ऐसे कुछ चल रहा है।
तो रिलेशनशिप वाला नहीं?
रिलेशनशिप वाला नहीं था। अगर बाय चांस रिलेशनशिप रहता था तो वो केतन से इतना प्यार नहीं करती थी या केतन के फ़ोन नहीं उठाती थी या केतन के साथ कभी आप उनको लगा कि वो सिया प्यार नहीं कर रही तो वो मुझे पूछ सकते थे कि सिया केतन के फ़ोन नहीं उठाती या केतन से नहीं मिल पा रही है, कहीं जा नहीं रही है। ऐसा तो मुझे कभी लगा नहीं 4 महीने में।
तो मैडम ये अगर आपकी बात को देखा जाए तो साथ में फिर सवाल उठता है कि वो एक क्रिकेट मैच वाला फोटो आ रहा है मार्केट यार्ड का जो
हाँ
आपने
जी,
देखा,
हाँ जी।
लेकिन मेहरामगढ़ फोर्ट में चेतन सिया गए थे, हमारे सूत्रों के हिसाब से ये भी पता चल रहा है। ऐसे कुछ फोटो मैंने खुद देखे हुए हैं।
नहीं, वो किसी फ्रेंड की शादी में गए थे और वहाँ
अच्छा।
मिले थे वो लोग,
मतलब
उदयपुर में। हाँ,
रिलेशनशिप में थे?
नहीं
ऐसा?
रिलेशनशिप में नहीं थे, फ्रेंड की शादी में गए थे और फ्रेंड की शादी अटेंड किया।
क्या ये आप लोगों को या केतन को पता था इस चीज़ का?
केतन को उसने बताया था कि मेरा एक फ्रेंड है चेतन नाम का लड़का।
अच्छा, ये बात थी।
हाँ जी।
और फैक्ट चेक में कि भाई सिया बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब पार्टीज़ में शराब पीना और ये सब ऐसी चीज़ें सामने आ रही है। हालांकि मैं इस चीज़ को, हम लोग इसको अभी वेरीफाई कर रहे हैं सत्य क्या है, क्योंकि एक माँ के तौर पे आपको तो पता ही होगा कि अभी जैसे उसने पुलिस में भी ऐसा आ रहा है कि भाई पुलिस स्टेशन में भी जहाँ वो कस्टडी में है तो सिया ने वहाँ पर भी बियर मांगी है।
अभी कल मैं कस्टडी इस स्टेटमेंट के लिए गई थी तो वहाँ मुझे पुलिस ने
अब कैमरा
बताया
में
है,
देख- क्या-
पुलिस ने मुझे बताया है कि आपकी बेटी ने कोई हमसे एक बियर शराब नहीं मांगी है। ये सब मीडिया पे अफवाह आ रही है।
नहीं, मीडिया अपने आप नहीं बताती है, कुछ पार्टीज़ के फ़ोटो वीडियो भी। तो कभी आपको लगता है कि कभी सिया ऐसे बियर और ऐसा
नहीं।
पार्टीज इस टाइप की?
नहीं, पार्टीज वगैरह कुछ ऐसे बियर पी ये कुछ भी नहीं है।
अच्छा, और एक चीज़ आ रहा है कि सिया 12वीं पास नहीं थी, मैं ये भी फैक्ट चेक करना चाहूँगा।
हाँ
उसकी
जी।
पढ़ाई को लेके क्या स्टेटस है?
हाँ, उसकी पढ़ाई बहुत कम थी, 12वीं पास नहीं थी। ये मैंने सामने बता दिया था उनके माँ जी को, उनकी फैमिली को कि मेरी सिया ने पढ़ाई में उसको इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, उसने पढ़ाई बहुत कम
कैमरे
की
में
है
लगा था।
करके,
और कल आप
इसीलिए उसने अपना केक वगैरह का चालू किया है।
तो केक का बिजनेस करती थी, केक बना के?
नहीं, होम
अच्छा,
घर से करती थी,
ऑर्डर?
घर से।
डिलीवरीज में अगर किसी का फोन आ जाता था कि आज मेरा बर्थडे है, मेरे
अच्छा, कई बार घर से
ही करती थी।
या प्लीज़ इतना एक केक बना देंगी क्या, तू जो भी रहेगा बता देना, उतना डिलीवरी भी करा देना और प्लीज़ बना देना, तू अच्छा केक बनाती है करके। तो बस यानी कि रिलेशनशिप में यानी कि कज़न ब्रदर हो गए, कज़न सिस्टर्स हो गए या उनके फ्रेंड्स वगैरह हो गए तो उनका फ़ोन आता था तो वो बना देती थी, उसका भी टाइम पास हो जाता था और कुछ 2-4 पैसे का उसका यानी कि खुद का खर्चा भी चल जाता था।
मैं वापस आप दोनों से एक बात पूछ रहा हूँ जो पूरी दुनिया जानना चाह रही है। क्या सिया ने चेतन के साथ अपने रिलेशनशिप को लेके पुलिस ने अरेस्ट करने तक कभी आपको बताया या कभी आपकी उस विषय में बात हुई?
नहीं, हाँ,
हमें
हमारी
तो कभी नहीं कुछ पता चला इसके बारे में। अगर इसके बारे में अगर पता चलता तो यानी कि कुछ न कुछ तो मैं एक्शन लेता था। मैं सामने वाले से हाथ जोड़ के माफ़ी मांग लेता था कि लाला जी ऐसी ऐसी थोड़ी बात है, ये बात सामने आई ये करके। और इसमें हम चाहते हैं कि थोड़ा कुछ यानी कि पॉइंट्स हैं तो थोड़ा किस तरह से बात करनी चाहिए, कैसा नहीं, ये रिश्ता यानी कि
संधि से बात होने वाले संधि से बात करते
होने वाले संधि से ये बात करता था मैं, तो शायद कुछ रास्ता निकल जाता था, कुछ हल निकल जाता था, टॉपिक ख़त्म हो जाता था कि ये।
ठीक है, आपको नहीं, लेकिन बच्ची माँ के क्लोज थी ऐसा मान के चल रहे हैं, ऐसा सुनने में भी आया। तो आपको भी नहीं?
मुझे कभी बताया नहीं उसने कि मैं केतन से प्यार नहीं करती या मुझे शादी नहीं करनी है
या और
करके।
कोई लड़का मेरे लाइफ में है?
नहीं, उसने कभी नहीं
चेतन
बताया।
मेरे
अगर वो
लाइफ में
बताती थी मुझे
ये
तो
नहीं
मैं
पता।
आगे में सामने ये प्रस्ताव रखती थी उनको कि अभी बच्चों में मन मुटाव हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा, क्या है क्या नहीं है।
वापस मैंने एक परसों आपसे सवाल पूछा था पुलिस स्टेशन में आपके स्टेटमेंट के पहले, मैं वापस वही सवाल पूछ रहा हूँ। कल अगर अदालत में, क्योंकि आज की तारीख में वो आरोपी है, हम सभी जानते हैं, हमने जो दस्तावेज देखे हमारे हिसाब से भी वो आरोपी तो है, कल अगर वो दोषी हो जाती है अदालत में, एक माँ के तौर पे, एक हिंदुस्तानी नागरिक के तौर पे आप क्या कहेंगे?
मैं सबसे यही कहूँगी, अगर मेरी बेटी दोषी पाई जाती हो तो इस केस को जल्द से जल्द ख़त्म करके उसको फांसी की सज़ा दे दी जाए।
साहिल, आप अभी तक मीडिया के सामने नहीं आए, लेकिन आप परसों मेरी जानकारी के हिसाब से आपको पुलिस ने बुलाया था, आपका स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड हुआ। कितने देर ये स्टेटमेंट चला और क्या आप कानून को सहयोग कर रहे हो?
मेरा स्टेटमेंट 10 से 12 घंटे चला। मेरी तरफ से कानून को पूरी सहायता है, कानून को, पुलिस को, जिसको भी
तो
कभी
फिर
भी
भारत की
बुलाना
जनता को आप ये क्यों नहीं बताना चाहते, या इस बारे में आप मीडिया के सामने क्यों नहीं बता रहे कि क्या आपको चेतन और सिया के, पुलिस का जो आरोप है, पुलिस ने जो थ्योरी बताई है उस हिसाब से, और जो हम लोग भी देख रहे हैं कि ये लोग आरोपी है इस हत्याकांड में, तो क्या आपको इसकी कोई भी जानकारी है कि आपने अपने माता पिता को या इनके रिलेशन को लेकर आपने कभी अपने माता पिता को कुछ बताया है?
जब सिया ने ही मुझे बोल दिया सर कि मुझे केतन के साथ ही आगे जाना है और चेतन के साथ मुझे कुछ नहीं रखना है, मैं बताकर करता क्या? जब उसने मुझे बोला कि मैं आपकी कसम खाती हूँ कि मैं इसके आगे ना चेतन से बात करूँगी ना कुछ करूँगी, मुझे उसके साथ कुछ नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को मेरी लाइफ में मैं बहुत खुश हूँ। वो घंटों तक, अब प्री वेडिंग शूट की जो बात चल रही है, वो घंटों तक प्री वेडिंग शूट प्लान कर चुकी है केतन के साथ, उनके जो फोटोग्राफर्स हैं उनके साथ, सबके साथ, गाने कौन से चाहिए, लोकेशंस कौन सी रहनी चाहिए, वो सब वो 2-2, 3-3 घंटे तक वीडियो कॉल पे बात कर चुकी है। इस चीज़ से मैं क्या समझता सर, मैं बता कर क्या करता, किसको क्या करता?
तो पेरेंट्स को कभी बताया नहीं आप?
ये बात मैंने पेरेंट्स को कभी नहीं बताई सर।
कि वो दोनों रिलेशनशिप में थे या दोस्ती थी उनकी?
दोस्ती ही थी सर। जब उन्होंने भी मुझे जब बोला है तो उन्होंने भी यही बोला कि भैया मुझे मालूम नहीं है ये क्या है, मैं कंफ्यूज्ड हूँ।
मतलब रिलेशनशिप नहीं है?
रिलेशनशिप मुझे बताया ही नहीं। उन्होंने बोला कि हम दोनों साथ में रहते हैं, मुझे अच्छा लगता है, वी आर हैप्पी व्हेन वी आर टुगेदर, इट इज़ वेरी अर्ली टू से एनीथिंग, वी माइट गेट एंगेज, वी माइट गेट मैरिड।
So it was not a conviction or it was not a confirmation about a
It was
relationship.
confusion sir.
It was a confusion.
Yes sir.
It was a state of confusion कि भाई क्या चल रहा है।
To which I also said, you are very young at age, it is okay. लोग दोस्ती को प्यार समझ लेते हैं, it is okay. Whatever you decide. अगर आपने मुझे केतन को बोला है कि मुझे केतन के साथ आगे जाना है, it is okay. It will be our secret. मैं किसी को कुछ नहीं बताऊंगा।
और अगर वो कहती कि चेतन के साथ आगे जाना है,
तो ये बात हम पेरेंट्स के सामने आगे लेके आते थे, हम उनको बोलते थे, हम ये सगाई तुड़वा देते थे सर।
तो आपने किसी को भी रिश्तेदारी में किसी को भी नहीं बताया?
किसी को भी नहीं,
माँ बाप को भी नहीं कभी? कानून के साथ आप जो परसों गए, कोई ऐसी चीज़ जो कोई नई चीज़ हो जो मीडिया में अभी तक नहीं आई?
जो स्टेटमेंट मैं आपको आज दे रहा हूँ सर, वही मेरी पुलिस स्टेटमेंट में सेम चीज़ है।
All right, so those were the parents as well as the brother of Sia Goel speaking in this exclusive interview, where they spoke about how they were aware of Chetan Chaudhary but said that Sia had said he was just a friend and that the relationship was over. In fact, the investigation into Ketan Agarwal's murder has uncovered also what the police believe to be a chilling digital trail. Investigators say the accused researched murder methods on Google and YouTube before allegedly executing the plan at the Lohagarh fort. Police now say the victim's fiancé, Sia Goel, knew in advance the exact location from where Ketan was allegedly going to be pushed.
An extensive internet search, secret gestures, and a premeditated plot to kill. The Ketan Agarwal murder investigation has revealed stunning details. Police claim the accused extensively searched Google and YouTube for different methods of murder before allegedly finalizing a plan to push Ketan off Lohagarh fort. Investigators say the online searches included questions about whether a fall from a height would be fatal and which method of murder would carry the least risk of detection. Police believe these searches were part of the alleged planning leading up to the crime. According to investigators, Sia Goel held a meeting before the incident. It was during this meeting, police claim, that Sia was allegedly told about the exact location at Lohagarh fort where Ketan would be taken. Police allege Sia knew precisely where she had to stand and from which direction Chetan would approach before allegedly pushing Ketan into the valley. Investigators believe this points to prior planning rather than a spontaneous act. At the time of the crime, a secret gesture was also agreed upon between Sia and Chetan to push Ketan into the deep ravine. Sources say that Sia was to sit down in front of Ketan, either to drink water or to tie her shoelaces, which was Chetan's final signal to push Ketan. The deliberate reason behind Sia's sit-down gesture was to prevent Ketan from grabbing her to save himself while falling. Digital forensic experts are now examining the mobile phone seized from the accused. Police are attempting to recover Google and YouTube search histories, deleted chats, and any messages that may refer to the alleged murder plan or the specific location at Lohagarh Fort. With Sujata Dwivedi, NDTV Bureau Report.
All right, now some breaking news coming in, a big political development. Congress leader from Tamil Nadu, Manickam Tagore, has pitched for Rahul Gandhi to be the prime ministerial face of the Congress party. He says this is the way we can, counter Narendra Modi. He also says Narendra Modi ignores Tamil Nadu, and if we pitch Rahul Gandhi as the prime ministerial face, this will help in elections. He says at least as far as the Congress in Tamil Nadu goes, they are going to push for Rahul Gandhi. He says it's for India bloc leaders to decide who will be the prime ministerial face. But as far as Congress in Tamil Nadu is concerned, it is Rahul Gandhi all the way. Take a look at this, at the comments that he made.
For Congress party, we want him to be the prime minister candidate. We are not speaking about any alliance partners here. We are saying that we want Congress party should have Tamil Nadu Congress face will be Mr. Rahul Gandhi as the Prime Minister candidate.
India bloc wise?
That is India leaders to decide. For us, Tamil Nadu Congress believes that Rahul Gandhi is our face because Tamil Nadu's politics has changed and we need a face to go to people. We had seen that every party which is having a faceless elections, we are not able to win now. We need a face. That is Mr. Modi. We should be having Rahul Gandhi, and Rahul Gandhi is the leader who should be as the Prime Minister candidate. Then only Rahul Gandhi's personal popularity in every survey shows that 60 plus percentage of points he gets it, and where Mr. Modi scores around 30 to 35 percentage points. Therefore, it's a very clear edge for Rahul Gandhi in Tamil Nadu. We should utilize that to expand Congress party in Tamil Nadu.
All right, we're now joined on the phone line by BJP spokesperson Shehzad Poonawalla. Shehzad Poonawalla, your response to this pitch made by Manickam Tagore, and he says this is the only way to end discrimination against Tamil Nadu by Prime Minister Modi.
Gargi, there is absolutely no tax on daydreaming. Mungeri Lal and Manickam Tagore ke haseen sapne pe koi tax nahi hai. So let them daydream. But see, PM is not made by Manickam Tagore's fantasy. It is made by people's will. And people's will 3 times over 99 elections has shown that they don't want Rahul to become PM. But I have my full faith and good hope for Mr. Manickam Tagore. He can keep up his psychophancy. Maybe in 2050 they can make Rahul PM. But having said that, forget everybody else. Is DMK willing to now support Rahul Gandhi? Is Samajwadi Party willing to support Rahul Gandhi? Is TMC willing to support? Is UBT Sena willing to support? So na Janmat hai, na Sangat hai, na Janpat hai. Ye keval they are doing badbad. Let them do badbad. There's no problem. It is their democratic right. They can fantasize all the time.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for speaking to us. Shehzad Poonawalla saying these are fantasies by the Congress, and he also questioned whether other alliance or those in the India bloc like the DMK or Samajwadi Party would be favourable to this. But let's go across to Sam. And Sam, Manickam Tagore was speaking to you. He was saying that they need a face to counter Narendra Modi and, from Tamil Nadu, especially saying that this will help end discrimination against Tamil Nadu. Take us through the highlights of what he said.
Well, Gargi, Manickam Tagore made 3 important points. One, for the Congress going to Lok Sabha elections without a prime ministerial candidate does not work. And in this case, since Rahul is very popular in Tamil Nadu, he says that the Congress president for the state, Rahul Gandhi will be the prime ministerial candidate. Also taking on the issue of the central withholding funds for Tamil Nadu, what he calls discriminating Tamil Nadu. He says he will build that narrative strongly in Tamil Nadu. It's important to elect Rahul Gandhi as the Prime Minister for Tamil Nadu's good. Now that Congress, in a sense, is sharing power with the TVK government in Tamil Nadu after 58 years. This is one thing that Manikam Tagore is trying to build on. And for specific question whether pushing Rahul Gandhi as the PM face of India bloc would be acceptable to other allies, especially after 3 consecutive unsuccessful attempts by the Congress or Rahul Gandhi in capturing power. He says in Tamil Nadu, Rahul Gandhi's popularity is more than 60% versus around 30-35% enjoyed by Prime Minister Modi. And they will build on that, and it's up to the India bloc to take up this and to persuade the other allies. At the moment, the DMK is not technically part of the India bloc. It has not said it has come out of it, but it has merely said it will not be part of it as long as the Congress is there. But has said it will take up the issues of the other partners in the India bloc, whatever they champion or the SPI. We'll have to wait and see how this pans out. But in his new role as State Congress Chief, certainly Manikam Tagore has made his priority clear that he wants to make Rahul Gandhi the next Prime Minister, and he will build that from the strong, favorable sentiment in Tamil Nadu for Rahul Gandhi.
All right, thanks so much, Sam Daniel there, who spoke to Manikam Tagore, who made this pitch for Rahul Gandhi to be the prime ministerial face. But let's take a look at what BJP President Nitin Nabin had said earlier when he said that Rahul Gandhi is a part-time politician.
राजनीति में कुछ लोग आते हैं जिसको मैं कहता हूं पार्ट टाइम पॉलिटिशियन। देश में जो कांग्रेस के नेता राहुल बाबा हैं वो पार्ट टाइम पॉलिटिशियन है और भाजपा का एक कार्यकर्ता फुल टाइम पॉलिटिक्स करता है, जनता की सेवा करता है। मित्रों, मैं मानता हूं आज हम यहां पर जब आए हैं और आने वाले समय में पिछले जब से ये सरकार 2023 में बनी तब से जिन वादों के साथ ये सरकार आई, इस सरकार को जनता की चिंता नहीं, अपने परिवार और अपने पार्टी के लोगों की चिंता है।
All right, so that is what the BJP president said earlier about Rahul Gandhi being a part-time politician. For the moment now, we're slipping into a short break. More coming up on the other side. Stay with us.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
माँ भी हमेशा पी मार्क मस्टर्ड ऑयल में ही खाना बनाती थी।
कुछ तो बात है इस दिल में। पी मार्क, द मस्टर्ड स्पेशलिस्ट सिंस 1933।
सरसों से सरसों, थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा आरती और मसाला।
From the heart of the newsroom to the core of the stories shaping your world. Join me, Gargi Raut, as I track all the developments as they break. Live from the NDTV newsroom, weekdays at 4 p.m.
प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
From the newsroom to the studio to the thick of political action.
You're watching NDTV 24/7. The hope is that beyond this election, this will be one of the major issues. With multiple challenges in the fray, the TMC also has done a bit of rejigging. Remember, this is also a district that has been plagued by communal violence. Come to some of the sabhas that the BJP is also organizing, especially in the villages of West Bengal.
When stories have impact.
Padmaja Joshi, managing editor and prime time anchor.
Then news has influence. The buck stops here with Padmaja Joshi.
Your work is being watched by people. You think that you're making an impact in this time. I think that's really a huge validation, very rewarding, and I'm pretty certain that Team NDTV will go from strength to strength.
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसेली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद, हर रोज।
The news, Ayush. Since when do we do scripts? Fair point.
Picture this. The biggest stage. Floodlights. 4K. The works. Where's the hook? There's going to be celebrities and guaranteed eyeballs. Where's the hook? Think about this. Front page advertisements and hoardings. Bro, where's the hook? Cross-platform, digital first, virality. Without a hook, no way. The message is clear. It's 2026. You gotta be real in a world of reels. You gotta be original in a world where everything seems generated. That's it. That's what we're looking for. The best campaigns, the hottest trends, the smartest brand moves on our new show. But wait, what do we call it? The hook.
NDTV tops the Reuters Institute India Reach Rankings again. Number 1 in offline and online news reach. For the 6th year in a row, audiences continue to choose NDTV across television and digital. NDTV, trusted across every screen.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind. I pause.
Welcome back. Some breaking news now coming in from Mumbai, from Chembur, where a massive tree fell on a school bus carrying children, and 10 children are said to have been injured in this accident. A huge tree collapsed on the school bus. This is on road number 11 in Chembur, and 12 children who were injured. In fact, it's 12 who've been injured, have now been rushed to the hospital, while one child was trapped inside that vehicle, and rescue and relief operations also taking place over there. Remember, the monsoon has arrived in Mumbai, and now this accident taking place involving a tree collapsing on a school bus. In fact, locals now saying how they had written several letters to authorities asking for the trees in this area to be trimmed. Let's go across now to Sujata for more on this story. Sujata, give us the details. Is one child still trapped in that school bus?
Well, yes, unfortunately, a tree fell onto a school bus in which there were total 13 young children that were present, out of which 12 had been rescued. But the operations that were underway, and currently that efforts are underway to rescue that one child as well. Let me tell you, it is raining in Mumbai, and because of which usually we see that in every monsoon season there is a duty of the BMC to trim and ensure that the trees and their roots are safe. But in Chembur area, the residents have now begun to complain that they had earlier requested BMC to look or either trim or replace that tree, but it did not happen, and the reason why the tree became weak, and currently the result is that it has fallen onto a bus in which almost 13 children were present, out of which 12 have been rescued. They have suffered injuries and their treatment is underway at a hospital. But because the intensity of the fall was so severe that the school bus, the vehicle has been damaged completely, and the one child that was present, it is also who was trapped inside, is currently being rescued by the teams that have come there from the BMC's fire department as well as the rescue teams. All the efforts are underway. Yes.
Right, and Sujata, we can see that massive tree. It's absolutely huge, the tree that has fallen on the school bus, and even more shocking to know that this is something the residents were actually very worried about, so much so that they had written to the authorities asking that these trees be trimmed as well as checked. Well, let's listen into some reactions now coming in.
सादनगर वगैरह सब जगह से हमारी गाड़ी और स्पेशलाइज्ड व्हीकल ब्रॉन्टो स्काई लिफ्ट यहाँ पे भेजे गए, और जब हमारी टीम यहाँ पे पहुँची है तो ये पाया कि किचन के अंदर जो फ्रायर की चिमनी होती है उसके अंदर फायर थी, और अब आग को पूरी तरह से काबू में कर लिया गया है, और इसमें किसी के हताहत होने की कोई खबर नहीं है अभी।
All right, well, let's return to our story from Chembur, where a massive tree collapsed on a school bus carrying school children. And as Sujata was telling us, 12 of those children have been rescued. One child is still trapped. Sujata, do we know about the driver of the bus? Because we can see, somebody being taken away on a stretcher as well. And tell us more about how the locals there had actually alerted authorities to this issue, the dangers of the trees falling.
Well, certainly, and the driver of that school bus who was driving has also been rescued, and he's onto a stretcher, can be seen taken to a hospital for treatment. But we know that in this case, a tree that fell onto a school bus, and that is how people around they alerted the BMC department is actually behind the maintenance of these trees as well. And during peak monsoon season in Mumbai, we know that there are several such issues that Mumbaikars face, and one of them is these sort of tree felling incidents, and these are often reported in residential areas. Now, these residential areas in Mumbai Chembur being a hub for such areas, we know that on the 11th road this accident has happened, and in which a tree has fallen onto a bus, and the bus, of course, seen completely damaged and deteriorated because of the accident. It is the tree that too is quite huge, and as soon as it fell, people in the bus, they panicked, and around the bus who were outside the bus too immediately alerted, after which the rescue operations were underway. More than several teams of the BMC are currently at the spot. The locals there are trying their best to ensure that the trees and the fallen tree is chopped as soon as possible, so that the heavy weights are lifted, and the bus is now taken from there, and thereafter all of the children that were present in the bus, because we know that young children who go to school in the afternoon, they are left in the evening, and that is when the bus too was moving and to drop these children home. But unfortunately the tree fell. Now, residents have begun to complain. They are saying that we tried informing the BMC authorities, and because we know that during these inspections that are carried out before monsoon arrives, there are usually such drives that are taken up by the BMC authorities to ensure that there are no such tree falling, waterlogging or other incidents that took place, that usually takes place. But again, this year too, we know that a tree fell, and what really were the actions that were taken by the BMC, because there has to be an inspection that is carried out, that actually with a machine they go to every tree. It's such big trees that are on record, and their depth and the strength of their roots are studied. Now in this case it was not done so. Back to you.
That's right, Sujata. In fact, every time before the monsoon comes to the city, there are questions raised about preparedness. And in this case, as you've mentioned, the locals here had written to the authorities asking for the trees to be trimmed. Questions always raised about the cleaning of storm drains as well. And these are issues about, the safety of our cities. And this is absolutely shocking that in our financial capital, an accident of this nature taking place, in which a massive tree falls on a school bus. It's very fortunate that 12 children have been taken out. They're injured, but they have been taken out. One child, however, still remains stuck there. So once again, it shows the carelessness of the civic authorities.
Well, certainly, and it is also the entire matter is also topic of debate, because we know that here the BMC, as every year they claim that preparations from their end are ongoing, and that this year there wouldn't be such incidents that will result into any sort of human life or property. But this year too, we know that because of this tree falling onto a school bus, in which there was such young children present, and it is a good thing that these 12 children have been rescued, and the operation for one child is still underway, but the intensity of the accident could have been much severe, and because of that, who would be responsible is the biggest question, because we know that the BMC often, the BMC is answerable to such incidents. Every year, the claims that are made that all of the inspections are being done, and wherever work is required, the repair works are conducted. But in this case, we know that this has been grave, and like the residents around too have been complaining that they kept alerting the BMC authorities that once monsoon arrives, it'll be difficult for the BMC to come and inspect them during heavy rains, and which is why they requested them and also written letters to ensure that the inspection drive is carried as soon as possible. That was done or not, it will now be interrogated. Only then we know that the BMC has to answer that why was it that if the tree was weak, it either could have been removed or at least repaired so that it doesn't fall. And usually in a residential or a silence zone area like the school, whenever school bus passes, there are big trees that are present, and because of which we know that now that the tree has fallen, now the BMC might just start taking action. But this was supposed to be done much earlier, and now that the damage has happened, we will see that the BMC might just turn into action. But again, it is a lag by the BMC to not get on with the monsoon.
That's right, and one child is still in that bus and rescue operations underway. We will return to you for more updates, but moving on now to some breaking news coming in from Tamil Nadu, where the DMK has hit back at Vaiko. This is after Vaiko's remark about the previous Stalin government being a commission government. Now you have the DMK organizing secretary R.S. Bharati saying that don't want to speak much about Vaiko. He's insignificant. Moreover, whatever he says tomorrow morning itself, he may change his mind. He may say DMK government was the best. If you look at his political history, he has changed his stance so many times.
I don't want to speak much about Vaiko. He's an insignificant person in politics. And moreover, whatever he says, tomorrow in the morning itself, he may change his mind. He may say the DMK government was the best government. He should take his political history. He has changed his stance so many times. Today he has said like this. Wait and see, tomorrow he will become hostile and say DMK's government, especially Stalin's government, because already the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Vijay, was speaking to him because of 2 MLAs. Those 2 MLAs did not go there. So out of dejection he may get tomorrow, he may say Stalin is the best leader.
All right, so the DMK, they're hitting out at their former ally, Vaiko, who is now with the TVK, saying that he's insignificant, that he keeps changing his stand, and that he may change his stand once again if the government changes in Tamil Nadu. Well, let's go across to Vijay Gopal for more on this story. And Vijay, this, of course, a reaction to what Vaiko said earlier, where he said that the previous DMK government was a commission government. DMK now saying, Vaiko's an insignificant person in politics.
That's right. DMK organizing secretary R.S. Bharati has mentioned, saying that Vaiko is known for his changing his opinion very often. He also quoted the very same Vaiko will come up with in future, saying that M.K. Stalin government was best governance in Tamil Nadu. So he had criticized Vaiko, saying that he is known for changing his opinion. For Vaiko, earlier Vaiko criticized DMK, previous DMK-led government, saying that DMK government is known for corruption, collection, and he also said that DMK has made many corruption due to alliance dharma. He hasn't opened his mouth for past 5 years, but now he is no more with DMK alliance. So he has started criticizing DMK, which is not wrong. But in a way, we have to, in a larger picture, we have to see very recently only MDMK officially broke ties with DMK. They announced during a General Council meeting. And tomorrow, there is a crucial meeting of Tamalaga Vetri Kalagam with the like-minded parties where they have extended invitation to MDMK also. MDMK Chief Vaiko himself had assured that he will be participating in the meeting. So with these developments, it is very clear, it is pretty much very clear how Tamil Nadu politics is shifting towards Tamalaga Vetri Kalagam center of point because of major allies of Dravida Munnetra Kalagam, the previous state government. The DMK moved from DMK to TVK, so this is seen as a significant development, but we have to wait and see how TVK going to manage all allies. Now Vaiko has come up with huge allegations, and DMK also has given it back. More war of words between both the parties.
All right, Vijay, thanks so much for joining us with those details. So, changing political alignments there in Tamil Nadu. Vaiko, who used to be an ally of the DMK, now hitting out at his former alliance partner, and now the DMK hitting out at him, saying he's insignificant. So, amid these intensifying political realignments, the ruling TVK has invited several parties for a meeting with the Chief Minister, C. Joseph Vijay, on July 1st, that's tomorrow. This includes the VCK, the MDMK, as well as the Indian Union Muslim League, the IUML. According to party sources, the meeting's been convened to thank alliance partners for extending support to TVK, as well as to discuss the roadmap for closer coordination in the run-up to the next phase of political activity in the state. TVK has also extended an invitation to MDMK Chief Vaiko, who is expected to attend this meeting. Meanwhile, VCK is likely to announce exit from the DMK alliance and will attend the TVK allies meeting. VCK chief has reacted to the recent resignations of AIADMK MLAs, saying that such sudden resignations are not good for democracy. Well, with that, we'll slip into a short break. More news updates coming up on the other side. Do stay with us.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आपका पार्सल फिर से हमारे घर पे आया है।
कुछ तो बात है इस दिल में।
माँ भी हमेशा पीमाक मस्टर्ड ऑयल में ही खाना बनाती थी। ये आपके लिए।
कुछ तो बात है इस दिल में।
PMARC, the mustard specialist since 1933.
सरसों से सरसों
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा
सबका राजा आरती और मसाला।
Straight from the heart of the newsroom to the core of the stories shaping your world. Join me, Gargi Raut, as I track all the developments as they break. Live from the NDTV newsroom, weekdays at 4 p.m.
From the newsroom to the studio to the thick of political action.
Now watching NDTV 24/7, the hope is that beyond this election, this will be one of the major issues. With multiple challenges in the fray, the TMC also has done a bit of rejigging. Remember, this is also a district that has been plagued by communal violence. Come to some of the sabhas that the BJP is also organizing, especially in the villages of West Bengal.
When stories have impact.
Padmaja Joshi, managing editor and prime-time anchor.
Then news has influence. The buck stops here with Padmaja Joshi.
Your work is being watched by people. You think that you're making an impact in this time. I think that's really a huge validation, very rewarding, and I'm pretty certain that Team NDTV will go from strength to strength.
The news, Ayush. Since when do we do scripts? Fair point. Picture this. The biggest stage. Floodlights. 4K, the works. Where's the hook? There's going to be celebrities and guaranteed eyeballs. Where's the hook? Think about this. Front page advertisements and hoardings.
Bro, where's the hook?
Cross-platform, digital first, virality.
Without a hook, no way. The message is clear. It's 2026. You gotta be real in a world of reels. You gotta be original in a world where everything seems generated.
That's it. That's what we're looking for.
The best campaigns.
The hottest trends.
The smartest brand moves on our new show.
But wait, what do we call it?
The hook.
NDTV tops the Reuters Institute India Reach Rankings again. Number 1 in offline and online news reach. For the 6th year in a row, audiences continue to choose NDTV across television and digital. NDTV, trusted across every screen.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones.
This location from Tel Aviv
Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to him at length yesterday.
The Ayatollah Khamenei is gone. There has been a missile attack right behind you, and we need to rush into a shelter heading there. Will Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli resign?
And now, Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else, only on NDTV network.
5 hours to go for all of DKS's dreams to come true. I'm going to try and get more into the crowds. Here are the pictures, Sidramaya. NDTV stands completely engaged with Karnataka. Higher rate, check the audio, higher rate, check the audio. Let's do it, let's start. Breaking story, we're jumping straight into it. We've got a picture of the letter. What is in your letter? You can never predict what's going to happen in Tamil Nadu politics. 21 days in Kashmir. Unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground. Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling. For a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude, we're standing.
Welcome back. Let's get you news from the FIFA World Cup. And the World Cup this year had its penalty shootout, and in a departure from history, Germany actually lost. So that was a big upset. This was the first time German players have ever had the pain of being on the losing side in a World Cup shootout. 4-time winners, Germany are out now of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, suffering a stunning penalty shootout defeat after extra time against Paraguay.
It was a limp display by the 4-time winners in the first period, but they drew level in the second half when Kai Havertz scored. Germany thought their blushes had been spared at this moment when defender Jonathan Tah headed his side into a 2-1 lead in the 12th minute of extra time against Paraguay in the round of 32. But the video referee intervened and the goal was struck off. That decision is being held highly controversial now. When it came to the tiebreaker, the pressure proved too much for the German attack. Paraguay goalkeeper Orlando Gil was the hero, coming up massive to save spot kicks from Arsenal's Kai Havertz and Newcastle's Nick Woltermedt. Even though Paraguay blew 2 separate chances to seal the win, they capitalized on the ultimate sudden death moment. For the Germans, falling to Paraguay represents a major World Cup humiliation. It was their first defeat on penalties at a World Cup, and they have now failed to reach the last 16 since they last won the competition in 2014. Entering the tournament, Germany was ranked 12th in the world, while Paraguay sat in the 41st place. With this win, Paraguay advances to the round of 16 to face either France or Sweden in Philadelphia this coming Saturday. Rika Roy for NDTV.
And from football to tennis and Wimbledon, where the tennis stars are not just serving up aces, they're serving up high fashion as well. In fact, many of the tennis stars are showcasing their best from the world of fashion with outfits as well as accessories. Here's a look.
The Wimbledon court is no less than a runway at the Fashion Week. Tennis stars are flexing their looks in shades of blue, white and green. The commentator announced the arrival of fashion queen Naomi Osaka on the court. And yet again, the 28-year-old Japanese tennis star awed everyone with her look. This time, a white ceremonial kimono-style dress, detailed with embroidered cranes to cherry blossoms. Custom made by Tokyo-based designer Hana Yagi, a floating silhouette exuding elegance and contemporary style. A love letter to Osaka's Japanese roots and culture. Naomi Osaka harnesses the power of fashion to make bold entrances and give a trendy treat to her fans. The jellyfish Robert I look with an umbrella to the peppy lime green bows look. Osaka has never disappointed. Other tennis players are also fashionably fierce at the party. Serbian tennis star Novak Djokovic rocked an all-white blazer and shorts by Lacoste with their iconic green crocodile logos crafted in green grass. To the always flamboyant and witty Belarusian tennis player Ariana, whose bling game is so strong as her actual game, layered with diamonds and crystals and flaunting her Gucci overalls. These tennis icons are adding the glamorous touch to the already action-packed games at the Wimbledon. After all, the Wimbledon courtside has become the latest cruising spot for not just tennis lovers but fashion too. With Mayank Chaudhary, Bureau Report, NDTV.
All right, so those were some of the big fashion moments from the Wimbledon. Well, thanks for watching. That's it for me for the moment. Time for us to slip into a short break.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आपका पार्सल फिर से हमारे घर पे आया है।
कुछ तो बात है इस दिल में।
माँ भी हमेशा पीमाक मस्टर्ड ऑयल में ही खाना बनाती थी, ये आपके लिए।
कुछ तो बात है इस दिल में। P-Mark, the mustard specialist since 1933.
बरसों से सरसों।
This is the show where we bring you all the hot and happenings from the world of entertainment and lifestyle.
Really?
Fashion that made you gag. Films that made you fangirl. Art that made it to the gram, and trends that kept us with the program. Hello and welcome to a brand new show. I am your host Mayank Chaudhary and this is Limelight.
The front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindoor.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits and the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France. In Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
Straight from the heart of the newsroom to the core of the stories shaping your world. Join me, Gargi Raut, as I track all the developments as they break. Live from the NDTV newsroom, weekdays at 4 p.m.
From the newsroom to the studio to the thick of political action.
You're watching NDTV 24/7. The hope is that beyond this election, this will be one of the major issues. With multiple challengers in the fray, the TMC also has done a bit of rejigging. Remember, this is also a district that has been plagued by communal violence. Come to some of the sabhas that the BJP is also organizing, especially in the villages of West Bengal.
When stories have impact.
Padmaja Joshi, managing editor and prime time anchor.
Then news has influence. The buck stops here with Padmaja Joshi.
Your work is being watched by people. You think that you're making an impact in this time. I think that's really a huge validation, very rewarding, and I'm pretty certain that Team NDTV will go from strength to strength.
The news, Ayush. Since when do we do scripts? Fair point. Picture this. The biggest stage. Floodlights. 4K, the works. Where's the hook? There's going to be celebrities and guaranteed eyeballs. Where's the hook? Think about this. front-page advertisements and hoardings.
Bro, where's the hook?
Cross-platform, digital-first, virality.
Without a hook, no way. The message is clear. It's 2026. You gotta be real in a world of reels. You gotta be original in a world where everything seems generated.
That's it. That's what we're looking for.
The best campaigns.
The hottest trends.
The smartest brand moves on our new show.
But wait, what do we call it?
The Hook.
Hello and a very warm welcome. You're watching Prime 5 with me, Rahisha Sehgal. On the show today, we'll continue to tell you about the Pune murder mystery. The probe has widened when it comes to the death of Ketan Agarwal, with the police now creating the crime scene at the Lohagarh Fort. We'll take you through the latest revelations there, also on Prime 5 today. Modi is chairing a high-level meet with top bureaucrats. This is the second meeting in less than 2 months. We'll take you through the key highlights of that meeting as well. Lots more lined up for you on Prime 5 today. But first, the headlines. The special investigation team probing the Ayodhya temple theft will question 140 others, including trust members, priests, bank staff. Sources say former trust officer Champat Rai denied any role in the theft. A 9-member Congress delegation in Ayodhya claim they are under house arrest, while UP CM Yogi slams Akhilesh, says opposition parties changing their stance on matters of faith. Well, AST, the Pune Police, as the Pune Police investigate Ketan Agarwal's murder, accused Chetan Chaudhary taken to Lohagarh Fort to recreate crime scene. Earlier, CR taken at crime scene spot as well. Well, Karnataka readies for SIR as Chief Minister DKS issues big warning to voters, says those who lose voting rights will lose the scheme benefits too. BJP claims Congress scared of SIR. Kannada actress Divya Suresh alleges late-night harassment in Bengaluru streets, questions women's safety. And well, after Europe, an intense and prolonged heat wave expected to bring record temperatures in the United States just ahead of Independence Day celebrations. Well, we're starting off with some breaking news right now. Prime Minister Modi is chairing a high-level meeting with Central Secretaries. That meeting has begun as we speak. This is, remember, the second high-level meeting with the Central Secretaries in less than 2 months. And this, of course, also comes at a time when Prime Minister Modi is going to take stock of the situation of the reforms. And Prime Minister Modi, as we speak, is highlighting the is chairing that key strategic meet with the key ministries and secretaries. It is underway as we speak. The meeting started at around 4:30 p.m. And we're also learning that some of the secretaries will make presentations on their respective ministries, giving details on the functioning as well as on the progress made on various reform measures and other people-centric steps. Remember, this is the second high-level meet that Prime Minister Modi is chairing in less than a month. The last meeting was on May 21st, again with the top secretaries, the central ministries as well, to review the progress that India has made so far. I will go across to my colleague Ashwarya, who has been tracking the story very closely. Ashwarya, a second high-level meet with the bureaucrats of Prime Minister Modi in less than 2 months. Of course, the focus is on the ease of living and also to take stock of the reforms. Tell us more what we can expect.
Well, last time Prime Minister chaired such a high-level meeting was on May 21st, and within less than 2 months, it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi who is again chairing a high-level meeting with all the secretaries of different departments and ministries, and this is something that Prime Minister will be taking a midterm stock, taking to all the departments and the ministries of all the central ministries. The meeting began at around 4:30 p.m. and this meeting certainly will be to evaluate the government's reforms agenda. It is the brainstorming session of escalating policy initiatives, regularity, simplifications, the reforms that the Modi government has brought in so far, and also to boost ease of living and ease of doing business. Now remember, it is Prime Minister who have stated that the Viksit Bharat 2047 is just not merely a slogan, but it is to transform the country and how to simplify it by cooperation of different ministries, department, inter-ministerial work, and the decision-making process that should be eased down is something that the secretaries should make. The sources clearly indicating to us that the secretaries of different departments and ministries can also give a presentation in front of the Prime Minister. Remember, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Prime Minister is going to chair the cabinet meeting as well. And just before that, Prime Minister taking stock of the situation as far as the reforms are concerned.
Right, Aishwarya, you've given us a lowdown of what we can expect. Of course, this is the second high-level meet that Prime Minister Modi is chairing as we speak in less than 2 months. Like you also mentioned that this meet aligns with Prime Minister Modi's Viksit Bharat mission, but also talk to us about how this high-level meet also aligns with Prime Minister Modi's Reform Express, which clearly aligns and aims to outline the reform priorities for India in the next 10 years. And that's why we have the Central Ministries there sitting alongside Prime Minister Modi, who will also be giving out a presentation in today's meeting.
Well, that's right. The secretaries will be briefing the Prime Minister about the ministry performances, schemes, implementations, and ongoing efforts to achieve the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. What we have been also told is that the Cabinet Secretariat will be directing the ministries to, expedite the pending schemes, appraisals, and reduce inter-ministerial delays on platforms like e-Samiksha, which is one of the platforms that the government has opened, fueling widespread speculation. Remember, amid the cabinet reshuffle as well, it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi who had stated that to simplify those decisions and to have better performance as far as these reforms are concerned, which the government has brought in, there should be simplification of process as far as the decision-making powers are concerned. And to review that, certainly Prime Minister now again meeting the Cabinet Secretariat. Remember, Prime Minister just have returned from his foreign tour and immediately he has got down to work. An important meeting currently is taking place at Seva Teeth, and tomorrow Prime Minister will be again chairing the Cabinet meeting tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Right, thanks very much, Aishwarya, for giving us that crucial update here. And we're shifting our focus to a story that we've been tracking very closely. All the latest updates coming in when it comes to the Pune murder mystery. And the latest coming in is that the Lohagarh Fort has now been closed for the tourists. But this, of course, at a time when accused Chetan was taken to the fort to recreate the crime scene. The police team will take the accused Chetan. They rather took Chetan and they've closed the fort for the tourists right now. They, of course, want to recreate the crime scene so as to see how the crime unfolded. Sia has also been taken to the crime scene there at the Lohagarh Fort, and the police officials, they have, of course, extended the police custody of Sia and Chetan by 5 days. That's until July 3rd. And they want to recreate the sequence of events, the entire incident, minute by minute. During this procedure, a forensic and technical team from Lonavala Rural Police will also be present at the site. They will record Chetan's physical movements as well. A gait analysis will also be used to assess how the crime unfolded on that day. Apart from that, they will also be seeing the timing of the events to gather scientific evidence for the court. So as we speak, the Lohagarh Fort has been closed for the tourists. To tell us more about where the investigation is headed to, I am going across to my colleague Sujata, who's been tracking the story very closely. Sujata, while the custody has been extended of Sia and Chetan as we we speak. The focus is, of course, now on recreating the crime scene and to decipher the sequence of events that led to Ketan's murder. Tell us more.
Well, yes, in this multifaceted and multi-layered murder that has been committed by both Sia and Chetan, today the accused here, Chetan Chaudhary, will now be taken to the same Lohagarh fort and the same sequence of events will be performed. Now, the entire fort area has been sealed and no tourist is allowed to enter the premises, and shortly from now, a team of Lonavala Rural Police Station, who has been working under the supervision of Pune Rural Police Station, will be reaching the spot wherein with the accused Chetan, who has been kept at the Vadgaon Mawal Police Station. From therein he'll be taken to the spot, and there it is likely that the scene will be recreated and also the gate analysis will be done. This analysis is important because we know that these are an important part of the circumstantial evidence that is going to be present with the police in the 4-day custody that has been given to them, and in this very analysis Chetan will be asked to move in the exact way, and also he'll be taken to that very point from wherein Ketan was pushed down the 350 meter deep gorge, and that is how they'll be trying to put as much all of the analysis will be done, and after which a team of forensic and the technical team will too be present there to note of how does Chetan move exactly in a hoodie. And also this particular custody was asked because of the 18 points that were mentioned in the remand copy by the police, and one of the important point was that they really want the entire scene to be recreated.
Right, Sujata, stay with me.
The pant and the clothes.
Right, Sujata, stay with me. The focus is, of course, right now to recreate the crime scene, but I'll come back to you shortly. Let's also tell our viewers about all that has happened so far as the probe has widened in the murder case of Ketan Agarwal by his fiancée Sia and her boyfriend Chetan Chaudhary. Now, after their questioning, Sia Goel's parents came out with their statements. Sia's parents have now claimed that they knew Chetan as Sia's friend and that they were not in any kind of a relationship. Sia's brother has also broken his silence. Her brother is claiming that Sia had told him that she only wanted to be with Ketan, that's her fiancé of course, and that she was confused about her relationship with Chetan. Police also took accused Chetan Chaudhary to Lohagarh Fort short while ago to recreate the crime scene. Earlier, Sia was also taken to the crime spot.
केतन अग्रवाल प्रकरण में कल आरोपी सिया गोयल के माता पिता को पुलिस ने स्टेटमेंट के लिए बुलाया था। मेरे ख्याल में 9-9.5 घंटे तहकीकात हुई है।
हाँ जी।
आपने पूरा कानून को सहयोग दिया?
हाँ जी, पूरा सहयोग दिया और आगे भी दूंगी।
जी
12 घंटे तक चली है।
जी। अब इसमें मैं आपसे कुछ और चीज़ें इस विषय में पूछना चाहता हूँ। काफ़ी कुछ चीज़ें अलग अलग मीडिया की ओर से, लोगों की ओर से, कुछ चीज़ें, काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें हमने न्यूज़ डॉट्स ने भी ब्रेक की है, लेकिन कुछ चीज़ें मैं आपसे भी इस पूरे स्टेटमेंट के बाद जानना चाह रहा हूँ कि आप कहते आइए कि भाई सिया और चेतन के रिश्ते का आपको आइडिया नहीं थे, लेकिन अब पब्लिक में उनके फ़ोटोज़, उनके दोस्ती के आ रहे हैं, तो क्या सिया चेतन दोस्त है ये आपको कभी पता नहीं था? मैं फैक्ट चेक चाह रहा हूँ, व्यूअर्स हमारा पर्पस है फैक्ट चेक पब्लिक के पास पहुँचे। क्या ये दोनों दोस्त थे, क्या आपको जानकारी थी?
दोस्त थे, वो भी जब मार्केट की मैच थी उस टाइम तक जो दोस्त थे। बाद में जब बच्ची की सगाई होने के बाद मुझे नहीं लगा कि सिया कभी दोस्त बनी है या उसने कुछ, उनका दोनों का ऐसे कुछ चल रहा है।
तो रिलेशनशिप वाला नहीं
था। अगर बाय चांस रिलेशनशिप रहता था तो वो केतन से इतना प्यार नहीं करती थी या केतन के फ़ोन नहीं उठाती थी या केतन के साथ कभी उनको लगा कि वो सिया प्यार नहीं कर रही तो वो मुझे पूछ सकते थे कि सिया केतन के फ़ोन नहीं उठाती या केतन से नहीं मिल पा रही है, कहीं जा नहीं रही है। ऐसा तो मुझे कभी लगा नहीं 4 महीने में।
तो मैडम ये अगर आपकी बात को देखा जाए तो साथ में फिर सवाल उठता है कि वो एक क्रिकेट मैच वाला फोटो आ रहा है मार्केट यार्ड का जो आपने देखा, लेकिन मेहरामगढ़ फोर्ट में चेतन सिया गए थे, हमारे सूत्रों के हिसाब से ये भी पता चल रहा है, ऐसे कुछ फोटो मैंने खुद देखे हुए हैं।
वो किसी फ्रेंड की शादी में गए थे और वहाँ मिले थे वो लोग, मतलब उदयपुर में। हाँ,
रिलेशनशिप में थे?
नहीं, रिलेशनशिप में नहीं थे, फ्रेंड की शादी में गए थे और फ्रेंड की शादी अटेंड किया।
क्या ये आप लोगों को या केतन को पता था इस चीज़ का?
केतन को उसने बताया था कि मेरा एक फ्रेंड है चेतन नाम का लड़का।
अच्छा, ये बात थी।
हाँ जी।
और फैक्ट चेक में कि भाई सिया बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब पार्टीज़ में शराब पीना और ये सब ऐसी चीज़ें सामने आ रही है। हालांकि मैं इस चीज़ को, हम लोग इसको अभी वेरीफाई कर रहे हैं सत्य क्या है, क्योंकि एक माँ के तौर पे आपको तो पता ही होगा कि अभी जैसे उसने पुलिस में भी ऐसा आ रहा है कि भाई पुलिस स्टेशन में भी जहाँ वो कस्टडी में है तो सिया ने वहाँ पर भी बियर मांगी है।
अभी कल मैं कस्टडी इस स्टेटमेंट के लिए गई थी तो वहाँ मुझे पुलिस ने मुझे बताया है कि आपकी बेटी ने कोई हमसे एक बियर शराब नहीं मांगी है। ये सब मीडिया पे अफवाह आ रही है।
नहीं, मीडिया अपने आप नहीं बताती है, कुछ पार्टीज़ के फोटो वीडियो भी। तो कभी आपको लगता है कि कभी सिया ऐसे बियर और ऐसा पार्टीज़ इस टाइप की?
नहीं, पार्टीज़ वगैरह कुछ ऐसे बियर पे ये कुछ भी नहीं है।
अच्छा, और एक चीज़ आ रहा है कि सिया 12वीं पास नहीं थी, मैं ये भी फैक्ट चेक करना चाहूँगा। उसकी पढ़ाई को लेके क्या स्टेटस है?
हाँ, उसकी पढ़ाई बहुत कम थी, 12वीं पास नहीं थी। ये मैंने सामने बता दिया था उनके माजी को, उनकी फैमिली को कि मेरी सिया ने पढ़ाई में उसको इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, उसने पढ़ाई बहुत कम की है करके। और
कल आप
इसीलिए उसने अपना केक वगैरह का चालू किया है।
तो केक का बिजनेस करती थी? केक बना के
होम
अच्छा,
घर से करती थी,
ऑर्डर
घर से।
में अगर किसी का फोन आ जाता था कि आज मेरा बर्थडे, मेरी
कई बार घर से
ही करती थी।
सिया प्लीज़ इतना एक केक बना देंगी क्या, तू जो भी रहेगा बता देना, उतना डिलीवरी भी करा देना और प्लीज़ बना देना, तू अच्छा केक बनाती है करके। तो बस यानी कि रिलेशनशिप में, यानी कि कज़न ब्रदर हो गए, कज़न सिस्टर्स हो गए या उनके फ्रेंड्स वगैरह हो गए, तो उनका फ़ोन आता था तो वो बना देती थी, उसका भी टाइम पास हो जाता था और कुछ 2-4 पैसे का उसका यानी कि खुद का खर्चा भी चल जाता।
मैं वापस आप दोनों से एक बात पूछ रहा हूँ जो पूरी दुनिया जानना चाह रही है, क्या सिया ने चेतन के साथ अपने रिलेशनशिप को लेके पुलिस ने अरेस्ट करने तक कभी आपको बताया या कभी आपकी उस विषय में बात हुई?
नहीं, हमारी
तो कभी नहीं कुछ पता चला इसके बारे में। अगर इसके बारे में अगर पता चलता तो यानी कि कुछ ना कुछ तो मैं एक्शन लेता था, मैं सामने वाले से हाथ जोड़ के माफ़ी मांग लेता था कि लाला जी ऐसी ऐसी थोड़ी बात है, ये बात सामने आई ये करके। और इसमें हम चाहते हैं कि थोड़ा कुछ यानी कि पॉइंट्स हैं तो थोड़ा किस तरह से बात करनी चाहिए, कैसा नहीं ये रिश्ता, यानी कि
संधि से बात होने वाले
संधि से ये बात करता था मैं, तो शायद कुछ रास्ता निकल जाता था, कुछ हल निकल जाता था, टॉपिक ख़त्म हो जाता था कि ये
आपको नहीं, लेकिन बच्ची माँ के क्लोज थी ऐसा मान के चल रहे हैं, ऐसा सुनने में भी आया। तो आपको भी नहीं?
मुझे कभी बताया नहीं उसने कि मैं केतन से प्यार नहीं करती या मुझे शादी नहीं करनी है,
या और कोई लड़का मेरे लाइफ में है।
नहीं, उसने कभी नहीं बताया। अगर वो बताती थी मुझे तो मैं आगे में सामने ये प्रस्ताव रखती थी उनको कि अभी बच्चों में मन मुटाव हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है, क्या है क्या नहीं है।
वापस मैंने एक परसों आपसे सवाल पूछा था पुलिस स्टेशन में आपके स्टेटमेंट के पहले, मैं वापस वही सवाल पूछ रहा हूँ। कल अगर अदालत में, क्योंकि आज की तारीख में वो आरोपी है, हम सभी जानते हैं, हमने जो दस्तावेज देखे हमारे हिसाब से भी वो आरोपी तो है, कल अगर वो दोषी हो जाती है अदालत में, एक माँ के तौर पे, एक हिंदुस्तानी नागरिक के तौर पे आप क्या कहेंगे?
मैं सबसे यही कहूँगी, अगर मेरी बेटी दोषी पाई जाती हो तो इस केस को जल्द से जल्द ख़त्म करके उसको फांसी की सज़ा दे दी जाए।
साहिल, आप अभी तक मीडिया के सामने नहीं आए, लेकिन आप परसों मेरी जानकारी के हिसाब से आपको पुलिस ने बुलाया था, आपका स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड हुआ। कितने देर ये स्टेटमेंट चला और क्या आप कानून को सहयोग कर रहे हो?
मेरा स्टेटमेंट 10 से 12 घंटे चला। मेरी तरफ से कानून को पूरी सहायता है, कानून को, पुलिस को, जिसको भी।
तो फिर भारत की जनता को आप ये क्यों नहीं बताना चाहते, या इस बारे में आप मीडिया के सामने क्यों नहीं बता रहे कि क्या आपको चेतन और सिया के, पुलिस का जो आरोप है, पुलिस ने जो थ्योरी बताई है उस हिसाब से, और जो हम लोग भी देख रहे हैं कि ये लोग आरोपी है इस हत्याकांड में, क्या आपको इसकी कोई भी जानकारी है कि आपने अपने माता पिता को या इनके रिलेशन को लेकर आपने कभी अपने माता पिता को कुछ बताया है?
जब सिया ने ही मुझे बोल दिया सर कि मुझे केतन के साथ ही आगे जाना है और चेतन के साथ मुझे कुछ नहीं रखना है, मैं बताकर करता क्या। जब उसने मुझे बोला कि मैं आपकी कसम खाती हूँ कि मैं इसके आगे ना चेतन से बात करूँगी ना कुछ करूँगी, मुझे उसके साथ कुछ नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को मेरी लाइफ में मैं बहुत खुश हूँ। वो घंटों तक, अब प्री वेडिंग शूट की जो बात चल रही है, वो घंटों तक प्री वेडिंग शूट प्लान कर चुकी है केतन के साथ, उनके जो फोटोग्राफर्स हैं उनके साथ, सबके साथ, गाने कौन से चाहिए, लोकेशंस कौन सी रहनी चाहिए, वो सब वो 2-2, 3-3 घंटे तक वीडियो कॉल पे बात कर चुकी है। इस चीज़ से मैं क्या समझता सर, मैं बता कर क्या करता, किसको क्या करता।
तो पेरेंट्स को कभी बताया नहीं आप?
ये बात मैंने पेरेंट्स को कभी नहीं बताई सर।
कि वो दोनों रिलेशनशिप में थे या दोस्ती थी उनकी?
दोस्ती ही थी सर। जब उन्होंने भी मुझे जब बोला है तो उन्होंने भी यही बोला कि भैया मुझे मालूम नहीं है ये क्या है, मैं कंफ्यूज्ड हूँ।
मतलब रिलेशनशिप नहीं है?
रिलेशनशिप मुझे बताया ही नहीं। उन्होंने बोला कि हम दोनों साथ में रहते हैं, मुझे अच्छा लगता है। वी आर हैप्पी व्हेन वी आर टुगेदर। इट इज़ वेरी अर्ली टू से एनीथिंग। वी माइट गेट एंगेज, वी माइट गेट मैरिड.
So it was not a conviction or it was not a confirmation about a
It was
relationship.
confusion, sir.
It was a confusion.
Yes, sir.
It was a state of confusion कि भाई क्या चल रहा है.
To which I also said, you are very young at age. It is okay. लोग दोस्ती को प्यार समझ लेते हैं. It is okay. Whatever you decide. अगर आपने मुझे केतन को बोला है कि मुझे केतन के साथ आगे जाना है, it is okay. It will be our secret. मैं किसी को कुछ नहीं बताऊंगा.
और अगर वो कहती कि चेतन के साथ आगे जाना है,
तो ये बात हम पेरेंट्स के सामने आगे लेके आते थे, हम उनको बोलते थे, हम ये सगाई तुड़वा देते थे सर.
तो आपने किसी को भी रिश्तेदारी में किसी को भी नहीं बताया?
किसी को भी नहीं.
माँ बाप को भी नहीं कभी? कानून के साथ आप जो परसों गए, कोई ऐसी चीज़ जो कोई नई चीज़ हो जो मीडिया में अभी तक नहीं आई?
जो स्टेटमेंट मैं आपको आज दे रहा हूँ सर, वही मेरी पुलिस स्टेटमेंट में सेम चीज़ है.
Well, as you heard Sia's parents and her brother's statements as the probe, of course, is widening in the Pune murder mystery. Let's now take you through some of the key highlights as Sia and Chetan's custody has also been expanded, stretched till July 3rd. First up, the crime scene has been recreated at the Lohagarh Fort a short while ago. Apart from that, Chetan was taken to the crime scene. And the police officials have also now turned to gait analysis to perhaps decipher Chetan's walking style. Because remember, he was wearing a hoodie, and that is when police officials found something not correct, somebody wearing a hoodie at 33 degrees Celsius. Apart from that, CCTV footage will also be matched with the recreated walk of Chetan Chaudhary. And new forensic clues have also been sought as the probe widens. Let's now tell you about the big revelations so far when it comes to the Sia Ketan saga. The accused searched for ways to kill on Google to kill Ketan Agarwal. Apart from that, Sia, of course, we know, she tore Ketan's passport and she burnt it before their pre-wedding shoot in Bali because she did not want to go to Bali with her fiancé Ketan. Apart from that, other details which have also emerged is that Chetan changed clothes after the murder, after he pushed Ketan off the cliff. Chetan fled with scooter and he left the car at spot. Chetan also left cell phone behind to avoid any kind of confrontation with the police officials. Chetan also concealed face with mask and he wore a hoodie. Remember, wearing a hoodie was one of the major aspects through which police officials caught him because somebody was wearing a hoodie at such scorching heat in Pune's Lohagarh Fort. Apart from that, Sia and Chetan conducted murder rehearsals as well. And Sia's sit-down gesture, remember that 34-minute call between Sia and Chetan before she pushed Ketan off the cliff. It was that sit-down gesture which was a signal to attack Ketan and to push him off the cliff there. So as we speak, these are some of the big revelations which have been made by the police officials, and the probe as we speak is ongoing. The focus, of course, has shifted to recreating the crime scene. I want to go across to Sujata, who's been tracking this story very closely. Sujata, we just heard Sia's parents and her brother there clearly saying that Sia is still innocent. She was still in love with Ketan and not with Chetan. They were just friends. But there's so many new details which have emerged as the probe is only widening. Two-pronged things. Number one, take us through the key aspects of the probe and where is the investigation headed to right now?
Well, yes, as far as the 4-day police custody is concerned that has been given to both, we know that both Sia and Chetan, there have been several such big, revelations that have been made, and the police is trying to probe the same. Now, Chetan is being now taken to the Lohagarh Fort where the crime scene will be recreated, as well as the gait analysis will to be done, in which he'll be made to walk the same footsteps that he took while on 18th of June, and that is how the police will be, and the forensic and technical team that too will be present, will be able to figure out that was it really Chetan who was present on the murder day. Also, that he'll be taken to the same spot, and as far as the sequence of incidents that happened the other day, that will be understood, and accordingly that will be carried out. And we know that Chetan and Sia both have been who have been cooperating with the crime, so with the investigation so far, have said that they had no other option. Reason being that Sia eventually had to plan the murder, and that will be the police will be trying to prove that in the 4-day custody that has been.
Right, Sujata, we'll come back to you shortly, but thanks very much for sharing the crucial update here with us. That's Sujata, of course, giving us a lowdown of where the investigation is headed to, because there are too many aspects that still need to be probed. So let's now tell you about how the investigators are hunting for digital clues. Remember, Sia and her boyfriend Chetan, they spoke for at least 2,000 hours when they were talking to each other. So first up, the accused searched for ways to kill on Google and YouTube, both of them. Apart from that, accused Googled probability of dying if someone falls from great heights. So there was a lot of research that was done. Remember, investigators also saying that there were murder rehearsals done before pushing Chetan off the cliff. Apart from that, last Sia Chetan call was the 34-minute call before Chetan pushed Chetan off the cliff, before the murder, the last 34-minute call. And of course, both of them deleted 3 months worth of chat, backup deleted after the murder, all the chats, voice notes, and even calls. The police officials are now seeking aid from Central Forensic Science Lab to recover the history of the digital chats and calls as well. But as we speak, as the probe is continuing, we'll be tracking the story very closely as the probe widens in the Pune murder mystery. But for now, shifting our focus to another story, it's a recent development that has drawn major attention. Punjab Kings IPL cricketer Shashank Singh and his father, a retired IPS officer, Shailesh Singh, along with their driver, have been named in an FIR registered. The complainant is a 31-year-old man, his name Vipendra Singh Tomar. He's a resident of Rewa district who was hired as a domestic cook just days earlier on June 25th at the family's bungalow in the Nilbad area. And he alleges that he has been assaulted, verbal abuse, wrongful confinement, and the forcible taking of his mobile phone as well. Police have now registered the case under relevant sections of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sahayata, and Shashank Singh has strongly denied the allegations made by his cook, describing them as baseless and malicious. He stated that the man was not a proper cook, failed to prepare meals, and he was caught recording private videos inside the home, and was simply asked to leave without any assault or hostage-like confinement.
4-4:30 बजे से गया वहाँ अंदर, जब किचन में पहुँचा उनके देखा 11 बजे तक काम बराबर देखा। वो बोले काम सीख लो, इसको छोड़ना है, काम अच्छे से सीख लो। हम बोले ठीक है सर। देखा उनका व्यवहार, सबको गाली दे रहे हैं, इतना काम ज़्यादा था। तो मैं डिसाइड किया कि सर काम नहीं कर पाऊँगा तो बता दूँ, अभी आज ही आया हूँ, बता दूँ, कल तो चला जाऊँ। जब मैं कल बताने के लिए उनके सुबह गया, जैसे ही किचन में गया, मैं बोला सर ऐसी ऐसी बात है, मैं नहीं कर पाऊँगा, घर जाऊँगा, मम्मी की तबीयत भी खराब। मेरा फ़ोन छीन लिए, तू आया क्यों? मेरा मर्डर करने आया है, चोरी करने आया है, तेरा जांच कराऊँगा। फ़ोन ले लिए। अब काम तो करना पड़ेगा, एक हफ्ता तो 1 महीना तो काम करना ही करना है, कुछ भी करके। तो फ़ोन नहीं दे रहा था। इतने में उनका लड़का शशांक सिंह जो क्रिकेटर है वो आया, बोला दरवाज़ा तू खोलेगा कि मैं आऊँ? नहीं, मैं भैया बोला कि मैं दरवाज़ा क्यों नहीं खोलूँगा भैया, मेरा फ़ोन दिला दीजिए, आप ही लोगों का तो वेट कर रहा। खोले जैसे वो सब इतना मारे, घुस के अंदर इतना मारे कि कुत्ते जैसा मार रहे थे।
सर देखिए, अब एक आदमी अगर, जैसे मैं आपको ये अपना स्टोरी बोल रहा हूँ, ये मेरा जो मैंने देखा, मैंने हुआ। अब ये चीज़ तो बिल्कुल ही मतलब सोच के बाहर है कि कोई 2 दिन आएगा, उसको हम मारेंगे, पीटेंगे, ये करेंगे। मतलब ये तो एक बेसिक चीज़ है। तो ये ना किसी को आपको, भाई देखिए मेरा थोड़ा बहुत नाम है क्रिकेट में, और पापा तो ऑब्वियसली रिटायर्ड डीजी, उनका बहुत नाम है एमपी में। तो या तो ये उसके दिमाग में था कि भाई यहाँ पे काम नहीं करने दे रहे हो, कि भाई देखिए वो आया था पैसे कमाने, यहाँ पे आतिशी कौन मांगता है 20,000 रुपये? आतिशी कौन वीडियोस फोटोज़ निकालता है, कौन किसी के रूम में जाता है प्राइवेट जहाँ घड़ी रखी है, देख रहा है, वो देख रहा है। अच्छा, जब मम्मी ने चेक किया उसके फ़ोन पे कि भाई जब फ़ोटोज़ वीडियोस डिलीट करने के लिए, तो किसी चैट भी करके बोल रहा है कि ये शशांक भैया यहाँ कोई रहता नहीं है इस घर में, मुंबई में रहते हैं। वो मैं आपको चैट भी दिखाऊंगा, मैं मम्मी ने फ़ोटो भी खींचा है कि ऐसे कौन बात करता है कि भाई 2 दिन पहले आया है, उससे कैसे मालूम कि मैं बॉम्बे में रहता हूँ कि कहाँ रहता हूँ। तो कहीं से पता लगा के आया, क्या लगा है, उससे क्या ज़रूरत है कि मेरे वार्डरोब में जाए और जहाँ पे मेरी घड़ियाँ रखी हैं और मेरे एक्सपेंसिव सामान रखे हैं उसकी फ़ोटोज़ ले, वीडियोज़ भेजे किसी को। तो मुझे इसमें लगा कि भाई मतलब अब मुझे लग रहा है कि कुछ तो बहुत बड़ा था जो टल गया, बाय गॉड्स ग्रेस टल गया वो। बट एक जो गलती हुई मुझसे, वो ये गलती हुई कि जब पापा उसको भगा रहे थे ना, तो मेरी बहन मुझे बोल रही थी कि 100 नंबर कॉल करो, उसको जेल भेजो, 100 नंबर कॉल करो, उसको पुलिस के पास करो, क्योंकि घर पे चोरी करना आया था। बट मैं थोड़ा इमोशनल हो गया कि रोने गाने लगा कि मेरी माँ की तबीयत बहुत ख़राब है, उनका पैर में ऑपरेशन हुआ है। उसने फ़ोटो दिखाई, एक कटा हुआ पैर का फ़ोटो दिखाया उसने कि भैया जाने दो, शशांक भैया जाने दो मुझे। मैंने बोला अभी चले जा भाई।
All right, on that note, we slip into a very short break. Come right back. News and updates continues here on Prime 5 with me, Raisha Sehgal. The special investigative team probing the Ayodhya temple theft will question 140 others, including trust members, priest, bank staff.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसेली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद हर रोज।
This is the show where we bring you all the hot and happenings from the world of entertainment and lifestyle.
Really?
Fashion that made you gag. Films that made you fangirl. Art that made it to the gram, and trends that kept us with the program. Hello and welcome to a brand new show. I am your host Mayank Chaudhary and this is Limelight.
The front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindhu.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live. Unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right, Center.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France, in Italy. At Srinagar. And Vikrant. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
Literally go from the man on the outside looking in now to the man on the inside looking out.
I think that was one of my biggest drivers to become an astronaut.
Iron Man, Kokoro, how does that prepare the body for something with no finish line?
I would say it prepares the mind more than it prepares the body. I live right next to NDTV in Greater Kailash in New Delhi.
What would the young man in India say if he could see you right now?
I'll be up there soon with you.
Straight from the heart of the newsroom to the core of the stories shaping your world. Join me, Gargi Raut, as I track all the developments as they break. Live from the NDTV newsroom, weekdays at 4 p.m.
Welcome back. You're watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Sehgal, and shifting our focus to another big story. We have some breaking news coming in the Twisha death probe. A fresh twist in the Twisha Sharma death case right now. Twisha's brother, Major Harshit Sharma, has now made a series of significant claims following the latest court proceedings. He questioned the alleged theft reported at the accused Giribala's residence. Major Harshit Sharma said it is for the Bhopal police to assess whether it was an actual theft or a part of a larger conspiracy to conceal evidence. He maintained that all these are issues emerging from developments in court and has called for a thorough investigation into the matter. Take a listen to the reactions coming in on this, and then we go across to my colleague for more.
हियरिंग में आज ये अपडेट हुआ है, पुलिस ने सीबीआई ने अपनी तरफ से जुडिशियल रिमांड को एक्सटेंशन के लिए एक एप्लीकेशन डाली थी, जिसमें ओरली अभी तक कोर्ट ऑर्डर आया है, रिटन कोर्ट ऑर्डर का अभी तक इंतजार है, बट 14 जुलाई तक एक्सटेंशन का बताया जा रहा है जुडिशियल रिमांड का।
सर, एक चोरी हुई है आज, पूरी जो कार्रवाई थी चोरी पे अटकी रही थी सुनवाई।
उनकी तरफ से ये पूरा मतलब आप देखेंगे तो एफर्ट्स उनके साफ साफ दिखते हैं। पहले आपने 11th आवर पे चोरी करवा दी, अब ये चोरी है या कुछ छुपाने के लिए कुछ इनकी साजिश है, दिस इज फॉर द कॉम्पिटेंट भोपाल पुलिस टू फाइंड आउट। बट जितने फैक्ट्स हैं वो सब हमारे सबके सामने हैं, ये फैक्ट्स हम नहीं बता रहे हैं, ये फैक्ट्स उनके वकील खुद उन्हें कोर्ट रूम में बता रहे हैं। चोरी हुई, लोहे की अलमीरा तोड़ दी, नीचे जो सो रहे थे उनको आवाज़ नहीं गई, उन्होंने 6 बजे जाके देखा। पुलिस के स्टेटमेंट्स अलग अलग हैं, कमिश्नर के स्टेटमेंट अलग हैं, एसीबी के स्टेटमेंट अलग हैं। दे देमसेल्व्स आर नॉट अवेयर हाउ मेनी थीव्स वर देयर। और ये कौन से पढ़े लिखे चोर हैं जिनको डॉक्यूमेंट चुराने थे, 2 बजे सुबह उनको डॉक्यूमेंट निकालने थे वहाँ से, और ये डॉक्यूमेंट जब निकाले हैं लोगों ने पकड़ा है, उसके बाद कुछ लोग बोलते हैं, कमिश्नर बोलते हैं कि सीज हुआ है, एसीबी बोलते हैं कि सीज हुआ है, कमिश्नर बोलते हैं कि सीज नहीं हुआ है कुछ भी। ये अभी तक पुलिस की कम्पिटेंसी पे बहुत मतलब भोपाल पुलिस को कमेंडेबल जॉब है उनका। ये चोरी करते हुए उन्होंने पकड़ लिया है, पहली बार ऐसा देश की हिस्ट्री में ऐसा हो रहा होगा कि चोरी कोई क्राइम हो रहा है उससे पहले पुलिस आ गई है, तो वेरी कमेंडेबल जॉब।
Okay, all right, I want to go across to Anurag, who's been tracking this story very closely. Anurag, as the court proceedings are ongoing, we have Major Harshish Sharma, Twisha's brother, alleging that theft at Giribala Singh's residence was perhaps done to conceal facts, to conceal evidence. Tell us more, and what perhaps can we expect as the court proceedings move forward?
Yes, the two accused were produced through video conferencing from Bhopal Central Jail, and the court has, extended the judicial remand as per the request made by the CBI till 14th of July. And as you have heard, the family of Trisha alleging about the theft, and the CBI has also said that they have seized Samar Singh's laptop, but the device remains locked, and that's why they want the access to the password to essential, which is essential for retrieving the digital evidence and completing the forensic analysis. So that was the plea made by the CBI for asking for judicial remand till 14th.
Right, Anurag, thanks for sharing that crucial update here with us. Major Harshish Sharma, Twisha's brother, alleging that the theft was perhaps done a bit to conceal facts, to conceal evidence. All right, moving on, and now shifting our focus to Mumbai. We have some breaking news coming in, where a tragic accident in Mumbai's Chembur has claimed the life of an 11-year-old student. A school bus carrying 12 children met with an accident near Heritage Pride at around 2:58 p.m. today. In a swift rescue operation, the bus conductor and local residents helped evacuate all the children from the damaged vehicle. 5 students were rushed to the Zen hospital for treatment. However, an 11-year-old who suffered critical injuries in the impact was declared dead at 4:23 p.m. Police have, of course, now launched an investigation into the circumstances surrounding that crash. I want to go across to my colleague Sujata, who's joining me live from the spot in Mumbai's Chembur, where that accident took place. Sujata, show us around. How did such an accident take place which claimed the life of an 11-year-old child?
Absolutely, and currently I'm here at the spot where the entire incident has happened, and like you see, the entire bus has shattered, and Mumbai police officials are currently present trying to inspect and also to move people around. But also, if you see, this is the condition of the school bus, which has been throttled because of a... Now if I try to show you within the bus, there are several of these school bags and the books and the pens.
Glitch.
They were there inside, and as the that's something.
One child losing his life. More than 10 students, almost 12 students were present in this bus when the tree fell. And like you see, that the school bus has been completely, this is completely torn and broken because of the condition that we see.
Broken because of the condition that we see is happening. There are bags present within the bus, and it was the locals around who are now complaining that in every monsoon we see this condition of Mumbai roads or the sewage system, and this time it is a child who had to pay the price of BMC's lack of ability to deal with such problems of Mumbai civic issues. Again, Mumbai's rain have caused, has taken a life of a school student who was just heading home. Now, one of the major reasons why the tree fell, first being that it was the roots of the tree that were not strong enough, and because of which we know that recently on this very road construction work was done, and the roots of the tree had weakened. It was not even amputated. The tree branches were not at all taken in consideration. And let me show you the tree, that this is how the trees too were being, they had been working upon, and the tree is currently being chopped off. And
right, Sujata.
BMC officials and the Mumbai officials are currently present here, and we know that the tree. Sir, आप इतना अभी बोल रहे हैं, आप ये पहले ध्यान.
Right, Sujata. Right, Sujata. My colleague Sujata joining us from the spot where that school bus accident took place in Mumbai's Chembur, which claimed the life of an 11-year-old child. He succumbed to his injuries after that tree fell on that school bus. As we speak, 5 students are hospitalized because of severe injuries. But at this point of time, the monsoon mayhem and Mumbai civic issues has taken the life of a young 11-year-old child there. For now, moving on to other stories and shifting our focus to Bengaluru now. Caught on camera, a disturbing late-night ordeal involving Kannada actor and Bigg Boss fame Divya Suresh. The actor has alleged that she and her cousin were harassed by an unidentified man on a Bengaluru street around 11:30 Sunday night. According to Divya, the man followed them as they walked to their car and allegedly made obscene gestures. Even after the two locked themselves inside the vehicle, she claims the man continued his disturbing behavior. The chilling moments captured on video show Divya recording the incident while her cousin urges her to call the police and stay inside the car. Sharing the video online, Divya has now raised fresh concerns over women's safety in Bengaluru as the footage continues to spark outrage on social media.
Making a video, bro. Sir, follow ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದ ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ ಹತ್ತಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೈ ನೋಡಿ ನಮ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದ ಕಾರ್ ಹತ್ತಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕಾಲ್ ಹತ್ತಿದ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗಿವ್ ಟು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ ದಿವ್ಯಾ ಇರು.
The last 3 years of the Congress government in Karnataka, the biggest casualty has been law and order. And the current Home Minister, who seems to think he is the Home Minister of India and not so much the Home Minister of Karnataka, is concerned about everything else other than what comes under him, which is law and order of the state. And women's safety in any government should be of highest priority. The Home Minister has so little to speak about that and speaks about everything else. I think it's time to pull up the Home Minister and ask him these questions.
Go across to my colleague Deepak, joining me live from Bengaluru. Deepak, that horrible video coming out of Bengaluru, that attempt to assault 2 women just at 11:30 p.m. at night, which is not even that late. But of course, this raises major questions on women's safety under the Congress government.
Well, it's never about the time, is it? It's about, perverts like this who need to be taught a lesson. Yeah. Now, as far as this incident is concerned, it was posted on social media. And more importantly, the locals there rushed to the help of these 2 women later is what I've learned. I also, of course, asked the actress if she wants to comment on the matter and said that already the people there, did act against his behavior and she does not want to take this up any further. But of course, time and again, we've seen different acts of perversion, in in people clicking photographs of women while they're traveling in the metro, perverts like this, misbehaving, acting inappropriately around women. This is something that is a cause of concern. Yes, the police cannot man every street, but of course when incidents like this do occur, action being taken against them and an example being made out of it is something that could act as a deterrent, and more importantly, behavioral changes is something that needs to be done in different people who think that something like this is absolutely okay, and teaching them young is also something that's going to be essential in such cases. So meanwhile, politics is playing out, as we just heard the BJP going on to say that the focus should be on law and order, and the Karnataka Home Minister should be held responsible for incidents like this. We'll really have to see how the Congress government, of course, responds to the continuous charge about failing law and order that keeps coming in from the BJP.
Right. Deepak, thanks for joining us on Prime 5 with those crucial updates here. And while staying on with stories from Karnataka, the row over the Special Intensive Revision SIR of electoral rolls has now reached Karnataka. As the Election Commission begins the SIR exercise in the state, the political battle has only intensified. With commencement of SIR across the state today, the Karnataka Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar launched the campaign by receiving and filling out the enumeration form at his residence. He also urged people to ensure that their names remain on the voters' list, warning that those who lose their voting rights could also face difficulties in accessing government welfare benefits. BJP now has hit back strongly, accusing the Congress government of spreading fear. The party says the Congress is worried because the SIR exercise will identify and remove bogus voters.
So today, the SIR has started from my house. Being the first representative of the state, the Bangalore South District and from Ramnagara, my officers came, have signed the form. All of you, I request you to see that you retain your voter list, and if you doesn't have your voter list on record, tomorrow you may find difficult to get the benefits from the government. This is the decision already taken in various states. So we are going to give the facilities or the guarantees or whatever the pensions or any program from the government only if he is a voter of Karnataka and a resident of Karnataka.
Very clearly we have raised 12 objections to the way SIR is conducted. We were expecting the CEC to reply to what our Chief Secretary has written, but unfortunately they have not done so. We will evaluate. We have asked legal questions, constitutional questions. We are asking them on the that they revise their entire process, make it transparent, ensure software audits are done transparently, ensure the entire process is done transparently. But unfortunately they have chosen not to reply. We'll see what to do in a couple of days.
Yes sir, अभी शुरू है, कल से शुरू हो रहा है. 1 महीना तो टाइम है नया फॉर्म भर के देने के लिए. सो दे देंगे सभी. कितना मतदाता है अभी आया है वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी पे, वो दोनों को देने के बाद कितना एक्सेप्ट करेंगे, कितना रिजेक्ट करेंगे, उसके ऊपर डिपेंड होता है. अभी 1 महीने के बाद ही हम कुछ कह पाएंगे सही है, गलत है, कुछ गड़बड़ है, तो अभी वेट करना पड़ेगा.
Well, in other news about intensifying political realignments in Tamil Nadu, the ruling TVK has now invited several parties for a meeting with Chief Minister C. Joseph Vijay on July 1st, including the VCK, MDMK and the Indian Union Muslim League, the IUML. According to party sources, the meeting has been convened to thank alliance partners for extending support to TVK and to discuss the roadmap for closer coordination in the run-up to the next phase of political activity in Tamil Nadu. Not just that, TVK has also extended an invitation to MDMK Chief Vaiko, who is expected to attend the meeting. Meanwhile, VCK is likely to announce exit from DMK alliance and will attend TVK allies meet. VCK chief has reacted to the recent resignations of AIA-DMK MLAs, saying that such sudden resignations are not good for democracy.
அது அங்க போய் பேசின பிறகு தானே தெரியும். முன்கூட்டியே இப்படி நானா சொல்ல முடியாதுல்ல. நான் எப்படி அதை சொல்ல முடியும்? இல்ல அவங்க இப்ப வந்து ஒரு தேநீர் விருந்துங்கிற அடிப்படையில் தான் அழைச்சிருக்கிறாங்க. கட்சி தலைவர்களை மட்டுமின்றி சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினர்கள், நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினர்கள், இப்ப எங்க கட்சியில 2 சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினர்கள், 2 நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினர்கள். தலைவர் என்கிற முறையிலும் நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினர் என்கிற முறையிலும் நானும் அதில் பங்கேற்கிறேன். ரவிக்குமார் நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினர் என்கிற முறையில் அவர் பங்கேற்பார். அதேபோல வன்னி அரசு, ஜோதிமணி ஆகிய 4வரும் பங்கேற்போம். கூடுதலாக பொதுச் செயலாளர் சிந்தனை செல்வன் அவர்களும் அதில் பங்கேற்க உள்ளார்.
We are not a friendly party. We are the main opposition party, and whatever they do has to be strongly opposed, because this government is not doing anything which they had promised before elections. So we will have to fight it out.
In other news, a relentless heat wave is tightening its grip across parts of Europe, UK and the United States. Temperatures are increasing, sending people scrambling for relief and also prompting health warnings. Let's now take a look at some of the latest visuals coming in from Europe. First up, residents in Serbia escape rising temperatures expected to hit 40 degrees Celsius. Serbia's weather service issued an extreme heat warning, urging people to stay indoors and limit physical activity. As scientists warn, climate change is intensifying Europe's heat wave. Croatia endured another sweltering weekend as a heat wave continued to grip much of Europe, with authorities monitoring the impact of prolonged high temperatures across the country. Well, extreme heat in Montenegro has highlighted the plight of abandoned horses roaming the city's outskirts without food, water or shelter. Animal welfare groups are now urging authorities to create shelters for neglected large animals and strengthen enforcement of animal protection laws. Well, most of Romania was placed under a red heat warning as temperatures climbed above 40 degrees Celsius, with public thermometers in Bucharest reaching 43 degrees Celsius. Residents sought shade, cooling stations and air conditioning as authorities deployed mist dispensers across the capital. Emergency crew in Nashville are distributing water, snacks and wellness checks to people living outdoors as heat index values climb above 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Officials activated heat patrols to prevent heat-related illness during several days of dangerous heat waves. All right, so Europe is baking under extreme heat. Let's now take you through some of the key highlights. First up, 40 degrees Celsius heat wave sweeps Europe as we speak, and it's also increasing to 43 degrees Celsius in various parts. Second, the World Health Organization has now flagged Europe's rapid warming as well, saying that Europe is heating at a very fast pace, twice at the rate of other continents. WHO has also said that the heat has claimed 1,300 deaths since June 21st. The rising heat has also disrupted transport and infrastructure in various countries in Europe as well. The hospitals are also scrambling as a lot of people are now coming out with heat-related illnesses. When we talk about Germany, Germany has also hit record high temperatures. Apart from that, as we speak, the Europe heat wave is shifting eastwards, with people right now scrambling to take care of themselves with such rising temperatures. Well, let's now tell you more about what is happening in Europe. Silesia dangerous heat wave is sweeping across the central and eastern US ahead of the July 4th holiday, with increasing temperatures and high humidity making conditions feel even hotter. Parts of Phoenix, central Texas and the southwest have already touched 38 degrees Celsius, which is 100 degrees Fahrenheit, while officials have warned of severe wildfire risk across much of the western US as new fires continue to break out. Our next report telling you more.
Europe has barely begun counting its dead, and now America is staring at the same terrifying threat. A massive heat dome is spreading across the eastern United States, threatening to bring some of the hottest temperatures just as millions prepare for the July 4th holiday. Experts warn this could become one of the most dangerous heat waves of the summer. Tens of millions of Americans are under heat alerts. In some cities, records that have stood for decades are now under threat. The biggest danger isn't just the daytime heat, it's the nights. Forecasters warn that temperatures may barely fall after sunset, leaving homes, roads, and buildings radiating heat around the clock. That relentless warmth gives the human body little chance to recover, dramatically increasing the risk of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Officials are urging people to stay indoors, drink plenty of water, and check on neighbors as Independence Day celebrations approach.
I want to emphasize again, the extreme heat can be very dangerous. This is the time to check in on our neighbors, especially elderly neighbors or those with disabilities or health challenges. Let's do what Chicagoans do best. Let's look out for one another.
The warning comes just days after a historic heat wave in Europe overwhelmed hospitals and mortuaries, with France reporting around 1,000 deaths. Bureau report for NDTV World.
समर में बाल्टी तो चाहिए फॉर योर पसीना बाल्टी
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी.
From the newsroom to the studio to the thick of political action.
Now watching NDTV 24/7, the hope is that beyond this election, this will be one of the major issues. With multiple challengers in the fray, the TMC also has done a bit of rejigging. Remember, this is also a district that has been plagued by communal violence. Come to some of the sabhas that the BJP is also organizing, especially in the villages of West Bengal.
When stories have impact.
Padmaja Joshi, managing editor and prime-time anchor.
Then news has influence. The buck stops here with Padmaja Joshi.
Your work is being watched by people. You think that you're making an impact in this time. I think that's really a huge validation, very rewarding, and I'm pretty certain that Team NDTV will go from strength to strength.
The news, Ayush. Since when do we do scripts? Fair point. Picture this. The biggest stage. Floodlights. Wow. 4K, the works. Where's the hook? There's going to be celebrities and guaranteed eyeballs. Where's the hook? Think about this. Front page advertisements and hoardings. Bro, where's the hook? Cross-platform, digital first, virality. Without a hook, no way. The message is clear. It's 2026. You gotta be real in a world of reels. You gotta be original in a world where everything seems generated. That's it. That's what we're looking for. The best campaigns, the hottest trends, the smartest brand moves on our new show. But wait, what do we call it? The Hook.
NDTV tops the Reuters Institute India Reach Rankings again. #1 in offline and online news reach. For the 6th year in a row, audiences continue to choose NDTV across television and digital. NDTV, trusted across every screen.
5 hours to go for all of DKS's dreams to come true. I'm going to try and get more into the crowds. Here are the pictures, Siddaramaiah. NDTV stands completely engaged with Karnataka.
High rate, check the audio. High rate, check the audio.
Let's do it. Let's start.
Breaking story, we're jumping straight into it.
We've got a picture of the letter. what is in your letter. You can never predict what's going to happen in Tamil Nadu politics. 21 days in Kashmir. Unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground. Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling. For a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude. We're standing on the Indian Navy's newest warship. The line of control, Shiv Arun, NDTV.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones.
This location from Tel Aviv
Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to him at length yesterday.
The Ayatollah Khamenei is gone. There has been a missile attack right behind me, and we need to rush into a shelter. Heading there. Will Prime Minister KP Sharma
Good evening and welcome to Nationwide at 6 on NDTV, your one-stop destination for all the top stories that have been going on, that have an impact throughout the day. I'm Ankit Tyagi. We will begin with this program with some very, very important stories. The trust that people of this country had, devotees across the country, millions of them, on the Ram temple, and the trust that has completely been shaken. I will get you the latest on the investigation and the political impact of this. Where is it going to fall? Who is going to, in fact, eventually, politically, also take the responsibility of the mismanagement and the Chanda Chori as far as Ram temple is concerned? We'll also then shift focus to the SIR exercise, which starts in the national capital. Delhi begins the SIR exercise. It has been controversial. Questions have been raised about this exercise in the states which have gone to polls. But at least in Delhi, it is happening at a time when there are no elections around the corner. All that you need to know, if you change your address, if you're not in your house, what will happen, what are the documents that you can use, NDTV has all that covered. And then we'll also get you the big buzz on social media, WhatsApp usernames. People are getting messages to reserve their usernames. Is it better or worse for privacy? Questions have also been raised about this exercise, and I will lay it bare for our viewers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with our top focus, the story which is coming in from Ayodhya, the Ram Temple Chanda Chori story. The investigation, ladies and gentlemen, into the Ram Temple donation theft is not only widening, but with every single day, the kind of details that are coming out are also putting a huge question mark, not only on the trust that the people had, the expectation that the people had, but also about the way this whole trust and this whole exercise of donation going on. Now, this becomes an important meeting. This becomes an important story, not just because it has the trust or the emotions of the devotees of the Hindus in the country, which has been taken for a ride, but also it raises larger questions about such trust and these groups, these charities, and how they function in the country. Now, the special investigation team, which is probing the Ayodhya temple theft, has questioned around 140 people, including members of the trust, priests, bank staff. While these are not new allegations, the opposition and some people, activists, have been raising these allegations for a few years now. Even in the Uttar Pradesh election of 2022, these allegations were raised. In 2024, these allegations were raised. Now, details are coming in of how SBI, the banker, as far as all these donations are concerned, 3 months back also raised some red flags. Why were they not addressed? All those questions need to be answered. And where does the buck stop? That it becomes a very, very important underline. Can the trustees, people, those who were in charge of running this entire exercise, can they just wash their hands off it? Saying that politics is being played, we didn't know somebody else was doing it? Imagine a private company where would the CEO not take the blame if there has been a scandal like this? All those questions, ladies and gentlemen, need to be asked and answered. Now, as per our sources, former Trust General Secretary Champat Rai has recorded his statement before the police denying any role in the theft. Sources tell us that he has maintained that he acted immediately after learning about the missing offerings and ordered action against the accused. He also says that the main accused, Lavkush, who is under the scanner of the investigators, he allegedly transferred cash into his wife's account. This has been going on for so long. Why was it not investigated earlier? The investigation has also raised serious questions over the hiring of the outsourced staff. Sources say Ayodhya police have filed application to interrogate some of the accused in jail, but the court has not yet granted permission. While the probe continues, the politics is also escalating over this matter. The opposition is demanding a Supreme Court monitored probe. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has said those who attacked Ram devotees are questioning the existence. Those who are questioning the existence of God are now speaking about this whole episode. The question then becomes, why not? Why should they not be speaking about this? Why should anybody not be speaking about this whole episode? Now, let's just very quickly, and I want to take you to, some very important just timeline as far as this case is concerned, because while there is so much information coming in, sometimes it gets a little muddy about how things started, what has been happening. So let me just very quickly take you through, revise in your memory what all this entire matter is and how this has been going on. On June 30th, the Mandir Trust demanded a probe as far as the donation is concerned. The Uttar Pradesh government then immediately formed a 3-member probe committee, SIT. On 14 June, the probe team recovered 10 lakh rupees. Cash was hidden at ad hoc staffer Lavkush Mishra's residence. On 18 June, the SIT then questioned temple employees. Mayank, Shivam, Ashish, Ratnesh, all of them were quizzed. On 19 June, SIT questioned Champat Rai for nearly 6 hours, who, of course, has been one of the most notable figures as far as the construction, this whole exercise of the Ram temple is concerned. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath then visited Ram temple on, the same day. On 23rd June, the SIT submitted preliminary report of the investigation to the Uttar Pradesh government. On 25th June, FIR registered was against the on trust complaint. 8 people were named in the FIR, 6 were taken into custody. On June 26, all 8 accused were arrested. 70 lakh cash was recovered, has been recovered so far. 27 June, Temple General Secretary Champat Rai resigned, taking moral responsibility. Temple Trust member Anil Misra also resigned, taking moral responsibility. June 29, Uttar Pradesh Corps searched the house of 8 accused. Ayodhya Bar Association on the same day refused legal aid to the accused. The Supreme Court has also at this moment denied urgent hearing as far as this case is concerned. Now the opposition is out as far as the opposition's attack on the government of Uttar Pradesh and the BJP is concerned. Let's first listen in to some reactions.
2017 के पहले जब उत्तर प्रदेश में राम भक्त कहता था कि राम लला हम आएंगे, मंदिर वहीं बनाएंगे, और राम भक्तों पर जो समय गोली चलाते थे, आज वे आस्था की वकालत करते हुए दिखाई देते हैं। ये आपकी ताकत है, आपकी आस्था की ताकत है कि आज उनको आपका पिछलग्गू बनने के लिए मजबूर होना पड़ रहा है। आपके वोट बैंक की ताकत है।
मुख्यमंत्री जी वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड बना रहे थे अयोध्या जाने का, और कोई ऐसा मौका नहीं है जब वो प्रभु श्री राम के दर्शन न किए हों। और अगर इस प्रदेश के इतने बड़े मुख्यमंत्री हैं और जो जीरो टॉलरेंस और लॉ एंड ऑर्डर पे इतनी बड़ी बात करते हैं, उनके पास ये भी तंत्र नहीं है कि कोई बता दे कि चढ़ावा में इतनी बड़ी चोरी हो रही है और फिर सवाल सबसे बड़ा ये खड़ा होता है कि जो ट्रस्ट की अगर जांच कर रही है एसआईटी, आपने रिपोर्ट किसको दी है? आपने रिपोर्ट किसको दी है? सवाल तो सबसे बड़ा ये भी है, अगर आपने जांच की है और जांच एसआईटी किसने बनाई है? एसआईटी किसने बनाई और जांच किसको दी गई है? क्या एसआईटी की भी जांच होगी क्या? जब आप ट्रस्ट के मेंबर हैं और आप ट्रस्ट की जांच कर रहे हैं, आप ही ने एसआईटी बनाई है, तो इससे श्रद्धालु जो लोग हैं, जो आस्था रखते हैं, वो कैसे सच्चाई तक जानेंगे? इसीलिए मैंने कहा कि प्रभु श्री राम, मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम, उनको माफ़ कर देंगे, केवल ये चढ़ावा जो चोरी हुआ वो रख दें।
Now, people are raising questions about, whether this SIT or the investigation which is going on, is it only looking at the small fish? What about the people, those who were in charge of the trust? One of them, of course, Mr. Champat Rai, the General Secretary, the former General Secretary, if I may call him now because he has resigned. And he was questioned by the SIT. So what did he say? What did he tell the police? Let me tell you that as well. Sources have told us that he has denied any role as far as the donation theft is concerned. He said that my complaint has triggered the arrest. But as I said, it's not something that happened in June this year. These allegations have been made for a very, very long time. What was the trust doing in all those years? He said he's responsible for overseeing donation collection. He moved swiftly after learning about the irregularities, and he took prompt action against the alleged wrongdoings. That is what he has claimed in his defense as the pressure continues. Now, the Congress party chief of Uttar Pradesh has slammed Yogi Adityanath. This is breaking news coming in. Remember, Ajay Rai went to Ayodhya. He wanted to go, in fact, and protest there. He said that he wanted to go to Ram Mandir for darshan. Now, Ajay Rai, as per him, was detained by the police. Now, he has said that the BJP government's duplicity has been exposed. I am locked up in a guest house, not allowed to visit the Ram temple. Others are getting VIP darshan. Why is it that I am not being allowed? As a devotee of Lord Ram, why am I being stopped is what Ajay Rai is claiming at this moment, that the government is not allowing him to go to the Ram temple. Let's listen in.
ये मैं आचार्य नरेंद्र कृषि विद्यालय के गेस्ट हाउस में हूँ और ये गेस्ट हाउस में मुझे इसमें अकेले बंद करके रखा हुआ है। आप देख सकते हैं कि ये पूरा का पूरा इधर, अब ये दरवाज़ा, सामने ये दरवाज़ा है, इसको भी बंद करके रखा हुआ है इन्होंने। अब ये देखिए पूरा, मैं इसको खींच रहा हूँ, उसके बावजूद भी ये खुल नहीं रहा है। ये पूरा बाहर से बंद है। और ये सामने आप देख सकते हैं कि ये सामने के भी ये दरवाजे, यहाँ पर भी पूरा बाहर से बंद करके रखा हुआ है। ये बाहर के पूरे ग्रिल लगे हुए हैं, ग्रिल के अंदर बंद करके रखा हुआ है। और ये बाहर के टॉन है और पूरी तरीके से यहाँ पर मानसिक रूप से प्रताड़ित किया जा रहा है। कोई पूछने वाला भी नहीं है और कोई हम लोगों की सुध लेने वाला नहीं है। और दर्शन करने के लिए मैं अड़ा हूँ कि दर्शन बगैर भगवान राम का दर्शन किए नहीं जाऊँगा। ये दो तरह की मानसिकता, एक तरफ अरविंद केजरीवाल को बुला के दर्शन कराते हैं, पूरा VIP सुविधा देते हैं, और कांग्रेस के नेता हमारे आते हैं, हमारे नेतृत्व में डेलीगेशन किशोरी लाल जी, उज्ज्वल रमण जी, राकेश राठौर जी और तनुज पुनिया जी, पूर्व विधान परिषद के सदस्य दीपक सिंह और हमारे साथी AP गौतम जी और हमारे वर्तमान के विधायक वीरेंद्र चौधरी जी, हमारे साथी और भी साथी मीता गौतम जी जो पूर्व हमारी विधायिका हैं, उन सब लोगों को हाउस अरेस्ट कर लिया गया, सबको घर बंद कर लिया गया और हमें भी यहाँ पर पूरी तरीके से प्रताड़ित किया जा रहा है। जी, शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद।
Now, Ajay Rai, though is from the Congress party, he's saying that, he went there as a devotee. Why is he not being allowed darshan? And this has triggered a big political storm. Let me just also play out some other reactions on this story.
ये किस तरह का प्रशासन ये कर रहा है कि किसी हिंदू को दर्शन करने से वंचित रख रहा है। तो अगर हम दर्शन कर लेंगे तो क्या मतलब ये चंदा चोरी तो रोक नहीं पाए जिसको इनको रोकना था, और किसी को दर्शन करने से ये रोक रहे हैं। ये मतलब बहुत अन्याय कर रहा है प्रशासन। तो इस तरह की ये नहीं इनको करना चाहिए। राम मंदिर सबका है और सब लोगों को दर्शन करने का अधिकार है। कौन से हिंदू धर्म में लिखा है कि कुछ लोग ही दर्शन कर सकते हैं?
मुझे लगता है उत्तर प्रदेश के कांग्रेस के प्रेसिडेंट को रोका गया है, अजय राय साहब को। क्यों रोका गया? वो वहां जाकर जो वहां भ्रष्टाचार हो गया, लूटमार हो गई है, दान पत्र में दान पेटी में, उस बारे में बात करेंगे। इसलिए राम मंदिर जाना चाहिए। हम राहुल गांधी जी से भी बात करेंगे, आपको भी राम मंदिर आना चाहिए। हम अखिलेश यादव जी से भी बात करेंगे, उनको भी राम मंदिर जाना चाहिए। हम ममता बनर्जी से भी बात करेंगे, उनको भी जाना चाहिए। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी अभी जाकर आए, वापस हमारे साथ आ जाएंगे। ये कौन है? राम मंदिर उनकी बाप की जागीर है क्या?
I want to just take a step back and just to try and understand the political implications. What will be the political implications and who would have to take the fall of what is happening here? Because this is shameful, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistake about that. An issue which has so much, emotional value, so much devotional value, and then to see that even in the Ram Temple Trust, this kind of, donation theft was going on. Can thus the top leadership of the trust sit back and say, you know what, we did everything that we can and there wouldn't be any political fallout? I just want to understand that. I want to take this to two of our guests, those who are joining us at this moment. We are being joined by Asutosh, senior journalist, political analyst, and Rajat Sethi, political analyst for this evening. Gentlemen, thank you so much for speaking to us. Rajat, let me begin with you and understand this. Few people have been arrested. The top leadership of the trust, Mr. Champat Rai, who was questioned, he then resigned on moral grounds and went on to say, I have nothing to do with this. This is not that these allegations came out in June. This has been going on for several years. These allegations about the misappropriation or theft of the donation as far as Ram Temple is concerned. Can the top leadership of the trust save themselves, and politically, will the Uttar Pradesh government, the government at the center, or the BJP would be able to save itself from what is happening?
I mean, this is a question. If you ask me about the trust, if the people at the highest level are seen to be involved, why should they be saved, and why should there be no impact on those people? And I think all that we as citizens have to ensure and ask for is a fair investigation into this, and ensuring that people who are accused or who against whom there is enough evidence are justice is meted out to them. Now, the larger question that you've been raising is about the political impact of this. I think 100% there will be a political impact. There is a sense of anguish among the Ram Bhakts around the country, but also, looking at all these theatrics and the drama that the opposition party is doing, where does a voter who is angry with the BJP go? Does that voter is going to swing into the favor of Rahul Gandhi, who hasn't even bothered? None of his MPs have ever bothered to even go out and visit the Ram Mandir. Today, like vultures, they're hovering over the place just so that they can scavenge something so that they can live on and do more politics on this. This is what further disgusts the Bhakts and the public at large. I was just hearing what one of the Shiv Sena MPs was just trying to say, किसी के बाप का नहीं है, तुम्हारे बाप का भी नहीं है. Did your leaders ever attempt to go to the Ram Temple all these while when the gates have been thrown open to the wider public? The answer is no. You are trying to, take out brownie points at this stage and try to milk it for your own political selfish reasons. Again, I'm not attacking the messenger here. The true messenger who raised this was Akhilesh Yadav. And he is well within his rights to actually question and hold the government accountable. And there is absolutely nothing wrong in him questioning. The problem is all these theatrics, these theater elements who have now started gathering in Ayodhya. That is the problem, and that is what is disgusting.
Asutosh, will this be seen as just theatrics of the opposition? Because the opposition would say, what else do we do? I mean, we will have to question the government. We are doing that. Ajay Rai, when he sits there in that and says that, he's not been allowed, is that something, and the pace of this probe, is it Yogi Adityanath trying to save himself from the heat of this entire issue? Because a lot of people would say many of these trustees, all of these people are seen close to the central leadership. Yogi Adityanath, by doing his investigation, the SIT is trying to create that distance that no, it should not fall on me before elections.
Ankit just failed to understand what is more disgusting. Let's talk about disgust. Chalo, let's take it that opposition is indulging into some. Let's take it. What is more disgusting? The theft in donation box of Ram Mandir or the theatrics? What is going to more disappoint the theft or the theatrics? See, the party, the organization which has been talking about Ram as if Ram is their copyright. They are caught red-handed in their own act. And today, the information which has come out of the investigation is that the bank SBI has alerted trust 3 months back that there is something wrong. Please remove them. Before arrest, nothing happened. Maipal Singh alerted in 2020-21, nothing happened. The audit committee, the audit agency alerted 5 years back, nothing happened. The land scam continued, SIT was formed, report was given, nobody knows where this report has gone.
Okay.
Now, people have the audacity to defend Champat Rai. Just imagine. And they are saying, "Bade pavitra aadmi hai." You know what the Lawyer Bar Association of Ayodhya has said? If you don't arrest this man, Gopal Rao and Anil Mishra in 3 days, then we are going to jam the entire Ayodhya.
Yes.
Nobody will be there to defend. No lawyer will be allowed to defend these. This is a kind of disgust. Have you heard Ayodhya talking about what opposition is doing? So I know, I can understand from where it is coming, but the fact of the matter is, BJP is caught in 3 things. It's why the central government has not dismantled trust till now, why the UP government has given 20 days to destroy evidences and no FIR was lodged for 20 days, and why RSS chief is keeping quiet, doing nothing, just trying to portray as if nothing has happened.
Let me take that to Rajat. Rajat, you know, all these questions, and also the whole question about why is the central leadership or the central government quiet on this issue? Because the people, those who claim that it was their fight which brought the Ram temple, in reality the dream of so many people for hundreds of years, now are the same people, those who were sitting at the helm of affairs when this kind of embarrassing, disgusting theft took place. Do you believe that enough has been done? Will this satisfy the people? Are people questioning the opposition theatrics, or actually are they disgusted with what has happened as far as this entire episode is concerned?
Disgust is both ways, Ankit, and I'm not a spokesperson of the senior leaders. They I'm 100% sure they would be jolted from within with what has happened and unfolded in the Ram Temple Trust. But right now, I think what would be the biggest priority of Prime Minister, I can only analyze because I clearly don't know what he's thinking currently. But what his biggest concern would be, how do I restore trust back into the way Ram Mandir has been constructed with such fanfare, and how do you take it forward from here? Would it involve changing and disrupting the entire trust itself, redesigning the trust? The bigger question also from the devotees' perspective is that for a very long time we've spent enough amount of energy in saying that the state should not control Hindu places of worship.
Yes,
it should be given back to the devotees, and this entire premise is now going to be questioned by those who were on the other side of the aisle, saying that it should be with the government entirely. So I think Hindu activists, the government, everybody who was part of this big movement emotionally or physically is currently in a big jolt, and they are feeling disgusted, anguished at the whole state of affairs. I don't know if anybody has a clear answer around what has already happened and how can trust be resurrected around this issue. There are people like the treasurer, for example, Swami Govind Giriji Maharaj. He doesn't even stay in Ayodhya. He is far removed from there. He is in Pune. So do you want to pin blame on him needlessly? I don't know. I mean, this is what, the leadership, the Vish Hindu Parishad and the others who have led this fight will have to think who within the organization can come in and bring and restore faith into this entire.
Asutosh, the opposition in 2021, when of course the Ram Temple, the whole inauguration happened, the opposition said that, look, the government is using it just before the elections. They are trying to use this as a political tool. Now, the opposition has been accused that they are trying to utilize this going into the Uttar Pradesh election. Do you see, because a lot of people would say 2024 election result would tell you that the whole inauguration in that sense did not help the BJP much. Do you feel that the whole allegation of donation theft, the investigation, that is going to have an impact on the 2027 Uttar Pradesh election?
See, Ankit, this is what I was saying when the 2024 election was on and everybody said the BJP is going to get more than 400 seats. And I said, this is on record on different channels. The more debate happens on the constitution, the more BJP is going to lose. Now I'm again saying, the more debate happens on the Ram Mandir, the more BJP is going to lose. Because this is the betrayal of the worst kind. People had given you all credit, given you everything, that you fought. You fought for the Ram Mandir. You got it constructed. But that you got it constructed, that doesn't mean that you take people for granted. What happened afterwards? Just because you were instrumental in getting the temple constructed doesn't mean that you go and looting. That the looting should happen all the time. And who are these people? These are the people who spent 40 years, 50 years in RSS. इनकी अगर संघ आयु अगर आप निकालेंगे तो किसी की 50 साल की होगी, किसी की 60 साल की होगी. I was expecting that from the day one when the RSS got to know about it on the 5th of June, they should have come out openly and said, "We'll not tolerate it. Whosoever will get exemplary punishment." That kind of transparency and the leadership was needed from the RSS, but that did not happen. So I'm saying now the people are looking at, that the worst kind of betrayal is being covered up by the RSS, by the Prime Minister office and by the Chief Minister office.
Very quick, I'm though out of time, but Rajat, let me give you the last word. Like you said, you are not the spokesperson of the ruling party. Of course, you can analyze the events the way they are happening. Let me ask you this then. It is being seen as a betrayal. And what would it take? Can Yogi Adityanath distance himself by saying, he did not have a major role to play as far as the trust is concerned, and he is investigating it after the red flags have been raised now? Will he be able to distance himself going in the very crucial elections of Uttar Pradesh?
I think it all depends on how the investigation and post that action meted out is seen. I mean, justice will have to be seen. The anger of people will require sufficient amount of being hands off with the way investigation is being carried out, and the real culprits, even if it is at the very, very top, are seen to be punished. If he's able to do that, there will be restoration of faith around his governance and around the governance of Prime Minister himself. Then only I think the people who are anguished with this entire event and the unfolding of this entire issue will come to peace. I don't see it's going to be easy because time is very less. In order to conclude investigation, having all the evidences and everything will take time. That needs to be seen.
I think for one of the pillars of the BJP in the last, for the time Prime Minister Narendra Modi has in fact taken over, has been the whole image of tough on corruption. And this is the worst kind of betrayal that, of course, at this moment, the worst kind of embarrassment that image is going to suffer. How much of an impact will it have politically in the Uttar Pradesh election? We will have to wait and see. It is going to be an uphill task for sure. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on this discussion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a very, very small little quick break. I'm coming back. There is much more that we have on the other side. All your doubts, all your questions on, if you are living in Delhi, about the special intensive revision drive of the Election Commission are going to be solved, answered here after a short break. Stay tuned.
केसरिया से मन
सफल बनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आपका पार्सल फिर से हमारे घर पे आया है।
कुछ तो बात है इस दिल में।
माँ भी हमेशा पीमार्क मस्टर्ड ऑयल में ही खाना बनाती थी। ये आपके लिए।
कुछ तो बात है इस दिल में।
P-Mark, the mustard specialist since 1933.
सरसों से सरसों।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा।
सबका राजा आरती और मसाला।
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
This is the show where we bring you all the hot and happenings from the world of entertainment and lifestyle.
Really?
Fashion that made you gag. Films that made you fangirl. Art that made it to the gram, and trends that kept us with the program. Hello and welcome to a brand new show. I am your host Mayank Chaudhary and this is Limelight.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day. The front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindhu.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France. In Italy. At Srinagar. And Vikrant. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
मीठा या नमकीन चाहे जैसे खाओ 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसेली स्वादिष्ट सेहतमंद हर रोज।
Literally go from the man on the outside looking in now to the man on the inside looking out.
I think that was one of my biggest drivers to become an astronaut.
Ironman, Kokoro, how does that prepare the body for something with no finish line?
I would say it prepares the mind more than it prepares the body. I live right next to NDTV in Greater Kailash in New Delhi.
What would the young man in India say if he could see you right now?
I'll be up there soon with you.
Straight from the heart of the newsroom to the core of the stories shaping your world. Join me, Gargi Raut, as I track all.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you are living in the national capital, the special intensive revision, much talked about, spoken in the Supreme Court. So much discussion has happened, especially in Bihar and West Bengal context. That whole exercise has now come to Delhi. The revision of the electoral rolls has commenced in the national capital with over 13,000 booth-level officers beginning the month-long exercise to distribute enumeration forms to voters across the 70 assembly segments in the national capital. The booth-level officers have been deployed to undertake the month-long door-to-door voter verification exercise that will conclude on July 29th. The recognized political parties in Delhi are also taking part in door-to-door survey through their booth-level agents, the BLAs, to assist people in filling up and submit these forms. Now, at NDTV, we want to make things easy and understandable for you. So let me break this down, this whole process for you step by step. So what is the process which is now beginning? the BLOs are going to visit your houses. At this moment, you don't have to do anything. No papers are required from you. The booth level officers will visit every household. That's the step number one. That is what going to start. Then what happens after that? They will give 2 pre-filled enumeration forms with your voter details at, whenever they meet you or the people, those who are in your family. Then comes the step 2. You have to fill these forms, verify and update the personal details. You have to verify your name, date of birth, and all those personal details, your parents' details, address, mobile number, and Aadhaar card, which is optional and is, wherever it is applicable. Then will come the step number 3 of this exercise. You have to return the form, hand it back to the BLOs. Those will come across once again. 1 copy will stay with the BLO, while 1 acknowledgement copy will remain with you. So you will get to keep the copy of the same form exactly with the same details as you have filled by your own hand. What are the key documents that would be required as far as this SIR exercise is concerned, which the Election Commission has in fact notified? The birth certificate, passport, government or PSU employee ID, your matriculation educational certificate, that's class 10th, permanent residence certificate will also work, forest rights certificate, OBC, SC, ST, caste certificate, that will be something that you can use, NRC wherever it is applicable, family register, government land house allotment certificate, Aadhaar wherever it is applicable, previously verified electoral roll, extract where it is permitted as far as this exercise is concerned. Now, if there are, a lot of people have been asking a few questions. So the FAQs, what are the important questions? And let me try and answer those questions as well. So what happens if you are not at home and your house is locked? You are traveling away for work or a marriage or whatever it is. The BLO will leave the form with an adult family member or at the residence. It is their responsibility to ensure that they leave that form. Then you can come back and of course you would be able to use that form and go through the entire exercise. Okay, question number 2, as far as this exercise is concerned, can you submit the form online? You can fill and submit the form at the Election Commission of India portal instead of waiting for the BLO to come back and collect the form from you. So if you have that option, use that. You can use it to fill the form online. Question number 3, what if your BLO didn't turn up? You are at your house waiting for the BLO to come. Give them a few days. It started today, so at least give them a week or so. If they don't turn up, then what happens? Well, you can call on the number 1950 and inform them that the BLO, give your address, tell them that my BLO has not arrived, and then they will ensure that your BLO can come. Question number 4, name missing in the previous SIR. If your name is missing in the previous SIR, what happens? You can still apply, fill up the form, give all the details, give all the documents, and submit the form. Question number 5, your parents were never registered in Delhi. You can still be enrolled if you are eligible. There is a set of documents as I went through them. If you have those documents, you can still be enrolled as a voter in the national capital. Question 6, I've just recently been married. So my husband or my wife, what happens to them? They have to change the location. They might have been registered somewhere else. Provide the details as instructed in the form. There is a column. If you have changed your location, you can then give the details and get registered as a voter of Delhi. Question number 7, I don't remember my old voter details. What happens if I don't remember that? The BLO or the Election Commission of India portal can help to retrieve those, either with your phone number or with your date of birth, so and so forth. So there are ways to retrieve those details and submit that form. It's an important exercise. Remember, it has been under a lot of questions and contention. Make sure that you take part in this exercise, and because right now there are no elections in Delhi. So when the next elections come in, you are not the one who miss out on the most important right that we get as a citizen of this country, our right to vote. All right, breaking news coming in at this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a shocker that is coming in from Jaipur. I mean, the capital city of Rajasthan. No value for human life. This shocking medical apathy case which is coming in from Rajasthan's one of their top medical hospital, the Savai Madhav Singh Hospital, the SMS hospital in Rajasthan, faces massive flack. There are 11 patients awaiting kidney transplant. And why are they waiting for kidney transplant? Because the files have been locked up in a retired doctor's room. A senior doctor who retired from his position as the head of the nephrology department locked up all the files, which included critical files of the patients who were waiting for kidney transplant. And he just went away, gave up and went away, gave up the charge and went away. And these patients have been waiting, suffering, because the files can't be retrieved. And then, of course, these patients have to wait much more longer. 11 patients, those who were on the list for kidney transplant, await the operation, the procedure to go on to be conducted because a senior doctor retired and locked up the files in his room. These kidney transplant patients in Jaipur's SMS hospitals are on hold after senior doctor Dhananjay Agrawal retired on the 30th of May and the record room was locked. The patients who were already on the kidney transplant list, their procedures have been put on hold. Imagine, can you even think of this happening in any other country where patients are waiting for this critical procedure to take place and they can't go through the procedure because files have been locked by a retired doctor. 11 such cases have suffered. The HOD of the nephrology department tells NDTV that the charge has now been handed over to a new doctor and patients have been promised treatment within a month. In the meantime, patients continue to suffer away from home, living in rented accommodation, many of them in poor conditions, and they have very little means. They are waiting for another deadline because the hospital administration is sorting out the issue. This is absolute apathy on the part of the hospital. My colleague Harsha Kumari Singh spoke to one such patient. Listen in.
कब से आप लोग वेट कर रहे हैं? क्या प्रॉब्लम है वाइफ को? आप शायद डोनर हैं, पत्नी को आपको किडनी देना है. कब से इनका इलाज चल रहा है और मार्च से आप इस एक कमरे में रहने में मजबूर हैं?
हाँ, 10 मार्च से है.
क्या दिक्कत हुई है?
किडनी डैमेज दोनों इनकी.
तो फिर डॉक्टर ने क्या कहा?
डॉक्टर ने तो सब कागज सब जमा करा दिए, हमने तो पूरी रिपोर्ट सब जमा करी. हमारी दोनों की मैच किडनी में आ रही है. बस 15 मार्च से डॉक्टर साहब रिटायर्ड हुए, उसके बाद से नहीं फाइल अटक गई, बाकी तो हो जाता था. अभी तो
एनओसी हो गया था,
सब हो गया, एनओसी सब हो गया.
को लगता नहीं सिस्टम का एक बहुत बड़ा सवाल है सिस्टम पे कि 3 महीने से एक डॉक्टर रिटायर हो गया है तो उसकी जगह मतलब ट्रांसप्लांट नहीं हो रहा है, जबकि आपके सारे कागज सही है.
सब रिपोर्ट है, सब सही है हमारा. तो
अब डॉक्टर ने क्या बोला है?
अब तो कल से कार्रवाई चालू हो गई है. आज तो रिपोर्ट अभी बहुत हो गई, अब तो हो जाएगा 10-12 दिन में
हो जाएगा. लेकिन बीच में आपकी फाइल नहीं मिल रही थी, कमरा लॉक था, इसलिए
लॉक था कि फाइल अंदर पड़ी थी, इसलिए 11 फाइल हमारे ये सब 11 जो है उनकी सबकी फाइल अंदर ही थी.
ट्रांसप्लांट तो एक निरंतर चलने वाली प्रक्रिया है और ये पूरी टीम वर्क होता है. इसमें कोई एक डॉक्टर नहीं, इसमें सर्जन्स, यूरोलॉजिस्ट, एनेस्थेटिस्ट, नेफ्रोलॉजिस्ट, डायलिसिस, तो सारा प्रोसेस रहता है. पेशेंट की फिटनेस, डोनर की फिटनेस, कि पेशेंट का हीमोग्लोबिन ठीक है, कोई एक्टिव इन्फेक्शन तो नहीं है. तो ये चल रहा है. वो जो न्यूज़ थी वो ये थी कि भाई रूम लॉक्ड है, तो अब वो रूम लॉक्ड नहीं है, उसकी की आ गई है और वो रूम खुल गया है. तो रूम लॉक्ड होने से कोई पेशेंट के ट्रीटमेंट में फ़र्क पड़ रहा हो ऐसा नहीं है. पेशेंट का तो जो रेगुलर ट्रीटमेंट जो एंड स्टेज रीनल डिजीज़ वाले पेशेंट्स का होता है, जो उनका न्यूट्रिशन है, जो एंटीबायोटिक्स हैं, जो उनका सपोर्टिव ट्रीटमेंट है, जो डायलिसिस है, वो चल रहा है.
Let me quickly go across to my colleague Harsha Kumari Singh, who is joining me with this very, very important story from Jaipur. Harsha, this is, I mean, pathetic to say the least. There is no value for the life of common people. I wonder if any minister or his kin or any politician or his kin, their file were inside this room, the government would have broken down that door and the process would have gone on.
Yes, absolutely. It's really very sad, and in some senses, it's just built, this kind of apathy is just built into the system. So really what's happened is Dr. Dhananjay Agarwal is a very senior nephrologist and a surgeon who does transplants. The patients had a lot of faith in him. So there were these patients, we spoke to about 3 of them, but we believe there are 11 such cases, and these patients were being treated by Dr. Dhananjay Agarwal. He retired on the 30th of May and was going to be re-employed. He has been re-employed apparently and now been posted in Ajmer. But till, the new doctor took charge, these transplants were in abeyance. Now you heard that family. They've been here. They've moved from Baswara to Jaipur. They've been living here since March. They've submitted all their papers, and it's always touch and go when it comes to a kidney transplant, because if there's some infection in the blood or there's some medical parameter which is not quite right, it'll again be put on hold. So as it is, it's a challenging task for a doctor to do a transplant, and in that, when you add medical apathy to the entire system, there's no cost for the fact that people are being inconvenienced. It's not also just being inconvenienced. They've left their child alone in Baswara for 3 months, and they're living here in this little dharamshala in Jaipur, managing in one small room and hoping that finally they'll get a discharge. And here you have a system which is just not looking at this, at the human approach, the human, the human face of this tragedy. Of course, now we are told a new doctor has taken over. Dr. Sanjeev Sharma has taken over, and this patient has been promised that in the next month or so, hopefully, their treatment will be done.
Well, another wait, another deadline, a month or so, and then the system can just turn around and say if something else happens and if doctor again forgets his